To the show before the show. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, your local game guy, and I'm joined, of course, by co-host Will.
What's up?
Dude, not much. How do you feel after that legendary tier list guide? Did we steer people the right way when it came to Fallout?
Hopefully. I'm happy that I was finally able to put the whole mill thing to rest, because it is such a weird and confusing ruling, but it seems like everybody got it after I actually explained it.
The mill thing to graveyard, Will? Is that what you mean? Not rest? I'm joking. I'm making a joke. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry. At any rate, you're probably going to see a short about us discussing how mill is technically a card leaving your deck and going into the graveyard.
No, it's mill is putting the top cards of your library to the graveyard.
Milled.
A card that was milled is a card that has been put from your library to your graveyard. It does not have to. You do not have to mill a card for a card to be milled. So it's dumb. It's dumb.
Here's the truth, though. We don't have an official say-so from Wizards on this, right?
Indeed.
Are we waiting on that? Are we breaking the news?
Mill versus milled. People have requested it because we have like a couple cards that say if a card was milled or if a creature card was milled, or like you can do blank with a milled card.
Right. And so then there's a host of cards that, without saying the word mill or milled, do in fact mill and or milled.
Because one thing that people referenced is you have the Grand, whatever his name is, like the Grand Inquisition, that says if a player would mill X cards, they mill double X instead. So if a player mills, they mill twice that amount. So people thought like, oh, so you have to have the keyword mill for milled to be a thing, for a card to be milled. But no, apparently not. It just cares that it's been put from the library to the graveyard. People have been asking for a ruling because we've had cards that say blah 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 milled card for a while, but we haven't gotten an official ruling yet.
So, Will, what I have here is a box, a very tight box. Murders at Carlock Manor. It doesn't want me to fold it.
Bragging about his tight box.
Yeah, I've been working out.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You phrased it in a very specific way that makes it sound far weirder than it should be.
Oh, I thought you were just referring to my physical specimen. That's right. I've been going to the comic book stores, hitting up those packs.
I'm referring to the fact that you just straight up used an innuendo without even realizing it.
No, apparently not. What am I missing? That's okay, though. We've got
all these... You and your tight box?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Do you not know that? Okay, no. I'll leave that then.
Yeah, you can leave it there. You can leave it there at that, and the audience can tell me how crazy I am, or how old I am. There are 6 packs here, and there are 6 packs here. We're not opening all of these today, but we got some product in from Wizards of the Coast, and thank you, Wizards, for setting this our way. We really do appreciate it. It's how Will gets all his Caverns of Souls. So
indeed.
He's met his quota
and
for last year.
And my one ring, which we did not open on camera.
He got a one ring from one of the art collections.
Yeah, because it has the 2 mini packs in it that have like 3 cards in it. Yeah.
Foil. I just want to say, it's just like, yeah, so I get all these really clutch cards from this, panoramic.
That is my luck. For some reason, the first like 3 packs I open from a set are insane.
Mm-hmm.
But then like any packs after that are usually really mid.
So guys, I realize we've just been talking and you have no idea what's going on, and that's okay. Maybe you like being left in a state of confusion, but I'm going to alleviate you on that now. Today, if you couldn't guess from the thumbnail, guess what? We're building for one of the most recent legendary artifact creatures from the world of Fallout within the Universes Beyond collection of Magic the Gathering. So, it's a mono blue legendary that you might have noticed from the thumbnail and or from our live stream yesterday. It's Curie, Emergent Intelligence.
It's like it's a medical bot. It's caring for people, so I think it's Curie.
Right, I have to assume that it's Curie, which is perfect because the deck itself, I believe, aptly named Curie in a Hurry. Because this person looks like they're dying in that bubble. But I could be wrong. I have no idea. I don't think I've played this Fallout before. Which would be Fallout 4? Is that the most recent Fallout?
I don't know. I don't follow the Fallout series.
That's okay, neither do I. Nor anything Bethesda has done recently, sadly. I think the last game I played was maybe Oblivion. Like, I played the crap out of that game. Maybe I played Fallout 3. At any rate, I do like the universe of Fallout, though, and I really do like this Legendary. If you haven't watched our Legendary tier list guide to Fallout, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a great source if you're looking to build casually or you're looking to build competitively. We sort through the 42 Legendaries from that set and give you at least our opinion on their viability in a competitive setting. So if you want a good place to start, we've got a lot of ideas that we go through with each other and, of course, the audience for that live viewing. But today, deck tech, and if you haven't caught on with all of these live stream deck techs, there's an opportunity to play with Will and myself at the end of it. If you happen to know what Spell Table is, then you can jump on Spell Table. You just need your Wizard's ID, and then you log on there. But basically, we run games via Spell Table here pretty much every Friday, and if you want to participate, I'll be playing Curie, and you can play whatever you want. So if you're not on the Discord, you can participate with your voice over on Discord and obviously over on Spell Table itself. And I have it set up now. It's going to look something like this, except this is not the turn order, and there should hopefully be 2 other players. So if you're around for it, let us know. I kind of want to start by opening some packs before we get into Curie, and then we can officially start this video, though. Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah, let people file in.
Is that... Okay. So... should I just, like, shuffle these together? I don't know if they, like... what's it called? Seeding? I don't know if they, like, seed the packs in the boxes, like, this side exclusively gets all of the alt border special treatment cards, and then this side just gets all the chaff. But we can mix it up.
You can shuffle it up, just to be safe.
Yeah, let's do a pile shuffle it. But this is just a little bonus for us Magic players that happen to make content online, thank goodness. But thanks again, Wizards, for sending this our way. I'm going to make this your pile, Will. I'll shuffle it one more time.
Oh, also, I realized, Patrick, when you sent me my cards over for Lord of the Rings, there was one card that was mistakenly added.
Was it a serialized
no,
One Ring?
It was a foiled basic planes with the map art. Because I was like, you can take all of mine, because you're going to use them.
Yep. I'm like, I don't even know if I will use them or not. We'll see. I have an Oswald list I maintain that I would really like those in potentially, but I did just buy a new land set for that. And I also might be making Teshar again. That really is on my mind.
I think if you make Teshar, you move the lands that you bought over to Teshar, and then you use the map lands for Oswald, because I think the Lord of the Rings lands really work well with the whole theme of the deck.
You take that. So, little ASMR pack opening for you guys. Just a little bonus. The Curie deck tech, though, I will say, it probably won't be that long. It's mono blue, and there are a few unique cards that are going to be inserted into it, but it shouldn't be too difficult of a build for us professional deck brewers. But Will, I was going to say, in my head, I internalized, the right side is yours, the left side is mine, so you get a foil clue token to start, Will.
All right.
Happy Friday, friends. Long work week for me. Happy to catch a stream. Josh Holmes, happy you can be here to catch the stream. This has been a long week for me, too.
It has been a surprisingly short week for me.
Well, lucky you, Will. Oh, shit, look at the back.
Oh,
that's sick as hell.
Oh, it's the art card. Nice.
Yeah, no, it's the art card, but it's mixed in with a clue. I love this, cool. Dude. That's the way
I'm gonna use that over the actual clue token.
Hey, I would, and then if there's any confusion, just flip it. Okay, so you have no witnesses. I think we'll open 2 packs each. You have Niv Mizzet Guild pack.
Nice. I have friends who are probably gonna want to get that off of me.
Copy catchers.
It's the card that can kind of go infinite.
Yeah. I like cryptics. I don't know that it's a great... Dude.
Oh, speaking of cryptics.
By the way, this is like a really interesting study in how these packs are actually formed. We get this a lot, I feel. If you've seen us crack packs of any other variety, we get a lot of the double of a card. I remember I got Blackgate followed by Blackgate foil, I think, in one of my packs. At any rate, so you got a foil version of that, Will. Lucky you. Makeshift Binding.
Which one
Which
is that the Exile?
Is that the Murderous? No.
No, that's the Temp Exile. It's Oblivion Ring, I think.
Yeah. No, it's not Lazov, but I was just trying to plant that seed again. Insidious Roots.
Nice.
A sick ass. I've seen these arts floating around. I didn't realize that they were the arts for the MKM. Like, I didn't realize these were old arts for MKM. These are great, dude. Have you seen these?
Yeah, I have. They're cool.
You have Get a Leg Up. It's not fusion, but it's a split spell.
Yeah.
Fuss, Bother. Okay. You have Harry
your
Johnson.
Favorite combo card. Your favorite combo card, Patrick.
There's just a small C. There's a small C with this combo, but you can use this with Breath of Fury to win the game. Shut up, don't ask questions. Public Thought Fair and Shady Informant. Man, we keep going. This pack never ends. Unscrupulous Agents. I think the rare was up front, so you could be less excited for the rest of the pack. That's not true. You should still be excited.
I like the Roots. The Roots were a good card in that pack.
All right, this one's mine pack. Promise, we'll get to Curie in a few. Will you be posting a video of your tier list post? I didn't post a video, Josh, but there is. If you go, for some reason, YouTube really likes suppressing my community posts, particularly when I link to the channel in them. It's weird. They do a lot of funny things when it comes to community posts, but we already did put a community post up of the actual tier list. If you'd like for me to leave a post in the Discord, if you happen to be a Discordian, you can go there and you can check it out there if you don't want to watch the whole video. But you can actually just skim to the end of that video. I've labeled it closing chat. I usually do. And you could look at, you could look at the list in its totality there. You just won't get our thoughts. So, I mean, that could be problematic, right? Like, just the image without context isn't too helpful, so I would encourage you watch it, but it's a good 3 hours, so I don't blame you if you don't. All right.
Same clue token, let's go.
Audience with Tristani. Create a 0/1 green plant creature token that draws...
equal to different name tokens, that's it.
I like that. World Soul's Rage.
Okay, that's the fun ramp card, or kind of a ramp.
And Feather, Radiant Arbiter.
Hey, yeah, quite a good card, except for the fact that it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some Feather dweeb that'll buy it off me. Hey, Archroot's Charm.
Hey, nice.
That's one we actually like. The Outrageous Robber.
Is that Lazovniar?
Kind of. The Chase is on. I don't think I've seen this one. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Investigate. That's pretty gnarly. Yeah, saw the community post, was looking at for your video and your reasonings. I'll check it. Yeah. The video should be up.
It's a stream, so it's a stream, not a video. So check our lives.
I'm sorry, that's accurate. I think moving forward, you guys can expect to participate in live streams here on the channel and then get fed shorts from those streams. Those shorts do infinitely better than the lives. It's insane. But the streams themselves are honestly better. Like, if you actually care about analyzing these games that we talk about, I think the streams are a better approach. Found in the live tab, yeah, it's weird. We can't organize how it's set up in the homepage. You can only do so much to customize it. But yeah, you could find the stream. You'll see a lot of pre-recorded One Piece content, though. Those deck techs are very easy for me to hammer out, so it is something I can provide, and people tend to gravitate towards pre-recorded in that sense more. We have Repulsive Mutation. We're going to kind of bang out these last ones because they're not as sexy or as exciting. But if we do see one of the common or uncommon bangers, we'll talk about it. The Alibi card is amazing. I guess Novelist would be one I'm interested in seeing. And then also, is it Long Goodbye?
Yeah.
I really do want a copy of Long Goodbye. All right, we do one more each and then start this up.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah, so Will, while we're doing this, what are you excited about with Curie, and what do you want to do with Curie? I'm sorry we don't have Fallout packs to open for you guys. I know it's not very on theme.
Yeah, well, for Curie, I at least want one game where we can see Curie draw 12 cards off the single Phyrexian Dreadnought hit.
Right, but what other sub-strategies do you think we should rope into Curie outside of, obviously having a Phyrexian Dreadnought in there, like, do we have other big dumb beaters like that, or do you think we should rely on a majority of the instant sorcery change-based stat stuff?
I think we primarily use like 3 beaters. Which one is that? Is that
Reenact the crime.
Oh yeah.
You have Vein Ripper.
Neat.
And you have Immortal Obligation.
Oh, it's the white reanimate your opponent's things to their board.
Yeah, useful. I don't know if that's...
It's good at messing with people.
Was that the best one? Was that the one? No, okay, there's more. You have Kellen.
Yeah!
Inquisitive Prodigy. Make that Kellen list. It doesn't add up. Okay, the chase goes on.
There you go. There's
Swamp, we're just seeing the whole family. You got another split card. This one's push and pull. Do both. Try it out, folks. Absolving Lamassu. It doesn't add up again. Fairy Snoop.
A card that I like that people don't like for some reason.
I think Snarling Gorehound's great. Yeah. We talk about it in the set review, as a matter of fact.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we should. It's maybe one of the only good black cards from the show.
It's a card that is Dragon Rage Channeler, but it works really well with Token Storm stuff. So I don't get why people don't like it.
People have short attention spans, but also you really nail short form content. Not gonna lie. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's interesting. I get a lot more recognition for the shorts when I'm out than I do anything else these days, which is nice. And then still a lot of people ask about Brew Wars. And it's like, well...
We like it, but the issue is that it takes like
a
couple weeks to bang out a Brew Wars.
Well, look,
and that's not even counting like getting everybody together to do Brew Wars, and I live in a different state.
If Magic ever wanted to do something more adult-oriented with their content and gave me a budget, and like I hooked us up with a sponsorship or had someone come in to provide booze, I would love. For Murders at Karlov Manor, I would have loved to make like absolute vodka martinis for everyone, but like vampire martinis with its red dye number 9, and then we all just get drunk and play Magic. I would have loved that, and I think that would have been really fun to have like a set that was themed after murders, and maybe there could be a crazy investigation happening. I don't know, like I got plenty of ideas to make great content in the space, but it's just not practical. This is my favorite clue, by the way, so I'm glad I got it. I want to see what the back is. Okay, cool. It is actually different. But no, I love this like Harlequin boot.
Yeah, and you got the bird as well.
Psychosis Crawler would be an interesting in Curie. Yeah. I think we mentioned Psychosis. I don't know if we actually add it, but we'll talk about it. Ruckus Theater.
Hey, it's the Surveil land. People really like those.
Do they really?
Yeah, because it's a fetchable land that lets you mill the top cards, so everything is an entomb if you have a top deck tutor.
Honestly, this isn't bad. Are these new?
Yeah.
Okay,
From the set.
What?
They're good.
No, they're really good, because sometimes you don't, or sometimes you just get the shock land and don't take the damage because it's not crucial. You could do that early game, but if you could do that and also get a little bit of like fixing, I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah, they are not really breaking, but nearly breaking, like the Intention Legacy. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, you can Worldly Tutor, and then you can mill the thing by fetching on your upkeep.
I think that land was the best thing we're going to see here. I'm sorry. The Deuce. Oh, these forests are so freaking good. Magnetic Snuffler, Meddling Youths, Forum Familiar, Thinking Cap, gotcha.
Cat in the Hat, let's go.
Repeat Offended, did you notice that too? I was thinking it, but I was in the middle of doing this gesture to you guys so you can see what the pack pulls were. But yeah, we got the Cat in the Hat right after each other. Where is it? Wizards, did you set that up? Okay. Let's begin. I think it's time. I think most of the juicy stuff is probably still left in these packs, but we'll get to it later. But guys, welcome to Local Game Group. I'm your host, Patrick Marlett, your local game guy, followed very closely by another local game guy. Hello, Will.
What's up?
Not much, man. But today, we're going to be hopefully getting in a little bit of gameplay, and you guys can participate in the gameplay on this live stream if you want by joining the Discord and letting me know in the comments section if you want to play. We're going to be playing with and brewing specifically Curie, Emergent Intelligence. So, what is Curie, you ask? I did not watch the Fallout Legendary Tier Guide, and I haven't heard anything about this set. Or maybe you did, and this one slipped under the radar, because mono blue? Who would do that? It's generic in a blue, legendary artifact, creature, robot. Artifact's kind of actually important. 1/3, whenever Curie Emergent Intelligence deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. Now, here's the thing. You do need to do damage to get the benefit. Does that mean we need to add evasion? Like, do we attach something that gives it flying? Probably not. I think we just look for the open player or threaten a block that they wouldn't otherwise want to take. So for a generic and a blue, exile another non-token artifact creature you control. Curie becomes a copy of the exiled creature, except it has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. No matter what, you're going to be drawing a lot of cards. This is something Will mentioned earlier, but Phyrexian Dreadnought, something he wants to see, something I want to see. I think it makes a lot of sense in this deck. Obviously, you get the benefit of doing this at instant speed, so trigger on the stack for that 12/12, exile it before it kills itself. Give yourself a 12/12. This is just a good way to cheat in at 12/12. But it's duly noted that it's 12 commander damage, so I highly suspect that your opponents won't want to eat too many hits from this thing if it's particularly big, right? Because one, you're drawing cards, but two, they could feasibly die to commander damage with this mono blue list. So it's doing things kind of aggressively, and it's doing things in a not so mono blue way, and I actually really like that. So Will's kindly provided a land base for this deck, although he informs me that it is not perfect. This is from one of his mono blue list. We could switch some of the things around. Is there anything that stood out in particular? Hall of the Bandit Warlord, I guess.
Hall of the Bandit Lord can be fine with Curie because you can draw, so it's okay later. We can still cut it though. But the main one was the untap land. Untap a legendary permanent. It's only good if you're running the One Ring. We're not running the One Ring, or at least we're not constantly tutoring the One Ring.
No, but we'll probably still use the One Ring. Is it bad to have? I mean, it'd be kind of a cool trick to just have a potential blocker out of Curie, right?
Yeah, it could be fine. We could potentially keep it.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, I was exiled from the spell table.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm probably going to be exiled.
No, I'll rejoin it. It's fine. Yeah, there you go. All right, so where do we want to start? Let's just leave the land base as it is, and if we want to remove something, we can. But you want to just start with some of the obvious things first. Like, I'm going to add Phyrexian Dreadnought now because I'm pretty sure we want to use that.
Yeah, and the second best artifact creature that we can add, I think, is Master of Ethereum.
You guys should also see us on Scryfall. Master of Ethereum?
Yeah, Master of Ethereum is 2 and a blue for an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control. So it's going to be relatively big.
How artifact heavy are we going here? Do you imagine us making this a real proper artifact list?
Well, even if it just counts itself, it's a 1/1. If we have like 2 other artifacts, it's a 3/3, and I think that's big enough. And then if we're drawing a ton, we're probably hitting more artifacts. So I like it. I think it's good enough as is, just existing.
Does Reliquary Tower make sense in Curie? You have no maximum hand size. I think
we could potentially add it. Wouldn't hurt too much to add it.
Is there a new, better version of this card? Am I making that up?
Ethereum or?
No. A land that has no maximum hand size.
I think you might be mixing it up with the better Evolving Wilds that we got recently.
All right. I'll take your word on this. But that's, I don't dislike that, Josh. I actually think we could roll with Reliquary Tower. Let me see here. Oh, God. All right, well, hit me up with some...
Yeah, there is not a land. I just checked for you. But what would you like me to hit you with?
Sorry. No, there's... some friends are like texting me about One Piece product being available for pre-order, and it's like so far in advance that it just makes no sense, but like the price is reasonable, and I know availability is going to be shit, but I'm going to ignore it because we're doing something more important, people. But I wanted to so I want to hit like we were talking about a few spells the other day that base power changes for blue, and we were looking at instants and sorceries, but I think we could look up creature instant and sorcery, and then we'll just have to sort through any sort of creatures to find the artifact based ones. But all I'm really trying to find out here is if we can get Curie big by other means. Right.
I'll also say you can probably cut the creature, because if it's an artifact, it's more likely than not going to be an artifact creature.
I didn't put artifact down. I just put creature. So if we do happen to see a creature like this Riptide Mangler, I figure we could skip it, obviously. And then something like Surge Engine that becomes, for 2 and a blue, Surge Engine becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4.
Also, we don't even need instant or sorcery. We can do instant, sorcery, enchantment, artifact, anything. Just base power. Because if we do the 2-mana aura, that one's not that bad.
So type enchantment or type...
I just cut all card typing, because I can scroll through and see if there's anything. Because, I almost forgot about this. One that's really good. Octavia.
Oh, is Octavia 4?
Octavia makes things base power toughness 8.
Octavia Living Thesis, right?
Yep.
What is the cost of Octavia?
8 blue, but reduces by 8 if you have 8 or more instants and sorceries engraved, and then has ward 8.
Okay, so there's maybe hope for Octavia to be used in this list. I can see that.
Because if you dump stuff to hand size, which you probably will be doing in this deck, you're good.
Right, so we've got Behind the Mask. This is something that came up the other night, where it's a 1-cost instant speed spell that changes base power toughness to 4/3. If evidence was collected, it's bad for your opponents. We're not too concerned about that, although that is something we can do. But I think Behind the Mask can go on the list. We can add a handful of these utilities. I really do think that we want to rely on Curie becoming a copy of something else with permanence, and not just till end of turn, but...
Yep. In Soul, Artifact is another good one. Just enchant an artifact, it becomes a 5/5 base power toughness.
And Soul Artifact?
Yeah, in Soul.
What is the maximum cost you would consider to be viable for a spell like this?
2 would probably be my max, because you want to do Curie on 1, and then one of these on 2, draw back up to hand size, and then have some mana to play with to play out whatever you drew.
Yeah. I'm going to do Relic's Roar as well. Relic's Roar is also another 4/3 effect. Burden of Proof gets +2/+2 and is a detective. Nah, I'm not concerned about that. I really do like in Soul Artifact. We can have... Oh, you know what? That's kind of awkward. Curie needs to exile a non-token artifact creature. Technically, Dire Mimic does work. Dire Mimic does technically work, but we need to pay 3 on Dire Mimic and then pay a generic and a blue on Curie. It's just a very awkward setup. Dance of the Skywise, I don't think works because we'd lose all of our abilities. That's the other trick here. We do need to read into some of these effects to make sure we're not, affecting our potential base power. Or our ability to draw, rather. Or a blue octopus creature with base power and toughness 4/4. We can use Mercurial transformations. It's also a lesson, so technically...
Yeah. Lessons learned. We also have a Serpentine Ambush.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, like that one.
Serpentine Ambush.
And what is it? The
Mordenkainen's...
Yeah, polymorph. The polymorph. Don't even try. It's not worth it, Patrick. It's not worth it.
Mordenkainen is its own card. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, neither did I. Until end of turn, target creature becomes a blue serpent with base power and toughness 4/4. Sold. Oh, I didn't even look at the name. I just liked it so much. Startling development. Will, if I'm missing anything in the chat, feel free to let me know. Search engine.
Filigree attendant. What is that?
All right. Again, I think like what Will said, our cap should be right around 2. And Zulfirin Shapecraft, for a generic and a blue, it's a cantrip and turns it 4/3. That's really good. Zulfirin Shapecraft,
So Filigree Attendant is another potential option. It's an artifact creature homunculus with 3 toughness and power equal to the number of artifacts you control and flying. It's 4 mana to play it, which is the only potential drawback, but it is a evasive, high-power artifact creature.
I dig that. Until end of turn, target creature you control with base power, toughness 4/4, and hexproof. Water Wings. All right, we're going to have to cut through some of these, I think, later, but we'll try to maintain the best of them. Okay, unless a 3-cost one makes it really big, I don't really want to consider it. Please let us know, though, if there are any artifact creatures that are coming to mind for you guys that you know are like monstrously large and cheap. We have the obvious one out of the way with Phyrexian Dreadnought. Obviously, Will mentioned the Ethereum Shapeshifter, Ethereum something or other, Master of Ethereum. Might try to jump on later for spell table games. Please do. Super Tux feeling a little under the weather, but if you don't mind hearing occasional cough or sneeze, that would be okay. I would say that's acceptable. That's been me and my wife this whole week, so I can listen to another evening of it. It's fine. All right. I'm going to save and continue here just to see what we've got. 45 cards. Are you looking through artifact creatures? Should I just look up?
I can go through artifact creatures because there's not a ton that have great stats that you'd want to use in a regular cEDH setting. Because unfortunately, the Roaming Throne says when another creature's triggered ability activates, so you can't use Curie with a Roaming Throne to do dumb things. I think that's because they didn't want as it enters the battlefield because it could confuse stuff, and they didn't want to double up the ward.
We're getting Soul Gorger as a potential Soul Gorger.
Yeah, I don't know Soul Gorger, or at least not off the top of my head.
No, neither do I. Do you like...
sorry, Soul Gorger is the 3-mana 8/8 that people run for the green legendary that you play. What's their name? Why am I blanking?
Phyrexian Soul Gorger for Savala? Yeah,
yes,
Hoshino. I like that suggestion. Thank you. Do you want to use Network Disruptor?
Probably
not.
Let me check that one.
Don't worry. No, you don't. You don't.
I do want to check. Come on, Patrick.
I'm just making bad suggestions. Okay, you don't have to take everything I say.
One thing we can do is Phyrexian Metamorph, because it will make whatever it is into an artifact creature. So you copy anything, and then it becomes what Curie wants it to become.
Phyrexian Metamorph?
Yeah.
Is the Metamorph he's an artifact?
Yep.
Hold up. Yeah, I mean, that's basically... Imagine making us a Crom. Hold up.
The Crom, and it does commander damage.
And it draws off of spells, and it's drawing off itself.
The true meaning of Crombat.
Yeah. Do we want to use Lupine Prototype? Honestly, so here's how this really reads, though. It's important to consider the fact that while our instant sorcery speed spells could make a 5/5 for 2, it's only until end of turn. But the caveat here with something like Lupine Prototype is the fact that we get a 2-mana 5/5, but it's an additional 2 mana to make the thing a 5/5. It also comes with the hiccup of can't attack or block unless the player has no cards in hand. So, I don't think that's an issue with Phyrexian Soul Gorger. I forget its wording, but we do need to consider those factoids while we're doing this. I think that's why we looked up the instant sorcery business first. I wouldn't say that they're the best of the lot, but I think they're certainly the easiest to get off. Also, if they work at instant speed, they're really great combat tricks, right? Because you might just not have anything, and you can make your opponent block something that they otherwise wouldn't have wanted to, right? So it's actually, there's kind of a little bit of a mental game there. I don't know how really demanding it is going to be on the player, like letting you draw or not, but we'll find out hopefully later tonight. I think that might be it for the good big bodies.
Yeah, we don't need a ton of big bodies because Curie's whole thing is that we can just keep our hand full and find those big guys to turn Curie into. So we don't need a ton.
Are there any other wild growth style things you want to do, or any sort of cheaty equipment things you would want to do? Is there a way we can, like, is there a blue Embercleave but bigger?
Well, Embercleave doesn't affect, or like Double Strike. Double Strike is the thing that affects Curie.
I'm just like,
but...
I'm just thinking like of a big splashy piece of equipment that gets cost reduced and is auto equipping is what I really mean. I don't really mean, because it's like a 2/2. I think it's +2/+2 for that one.
It's a +1/+1, I think, for
Jeez, is it really?
But it costs less for every attacker, so it's like a 2-mana +1/+1 that gives Double Strike.
Yes, we added Master of Ethereum, if you're looking at it now. It's the top right there. You know, is there a combo that we're not really considering with the fact that Curie can become another thing? Is there a combo we're missing here?
I mean, theoretically, you could do Mirror Phantasm, and then it's not gonna have a Mirror Phantasm in your deck, so you mill your whole deck, but that's not really worth it.
That's kind of cute. Is Mirror Phantasm an artifact?
No, it is not. We have to make it an artifact if we wanted to do that.
All right, well, I think I'm off of, like, artifact creatures. That's the thing, though, like... Because if we were to do multiple activations of Curie, is there something funny we could do? Exile? No, it's the exile aspect that kind of trips it up. So it's just going to become the thing. It doesn't have memory of the other things. It just gets it becomes that creature and gets this added ability. Hey, yeah. Mateus. Tiller Engine for Surveil land stuff. We did add in Soul Artifact, thank you. Metalworker Colossus we have not added. I'm sorry, are there any affinity creatures, by the way?
I don't think any with, like, crazy stats. I'm gonna quickly run through them, though.
Yeah, we'll find out here. I've got you covered.
Yeah, there's a 4/4, a 4/5. There's stats equal to the number of artifacts you control, but that's a beast. It's not an artifact creature. Yeah, there's not really anything. It's if we can get force, if you want to play Yavimaya, Patrick, you can use Tangle Golem.
No. Okay, that dream died very quickly. All right. Does it look like a sword deck? Well, it's important to note that, like, Curie's base power needs to be there. Like, we can't have equipment lending itself to the effect, but if you want, like, a sword sub-strategy, we could use Sword of Fire and Ice if we wanted to for additional draw. Maybe a little overkill. I don't know. Do you feel like we have enough here, like, to just start adding the rest of the list? I feel like we're missing things because, truth be told,
I feel like Curie's a supplementary commander, actually. So you don't care too much if your deck's built around Curie. You're using Curie as, like, an additional 3 every turn. You're using Curie as Tymna. Curie is mono blue Tymna.
All right. Well, we've got 16 cards technically that synergy well with Curie's ability. I'm sorry, more than that. I'm pretty sure. No, exactly that much. Okay, so let's add the rest of the deck.
Alrighty.
Let's if you were going the making things artifact route, you could always play Memnarch to steal artifacts. Oh, you know what? We didn't add Psychosis Crawler. Did we want to add the 6 CMC draw?
5 CMC. I think we could. I'm not like
C5?
the 5 CMC hurts, but I think it could still be fine.
Is there a way to cheese this out? There's really not.
The sweet spot for synergy effects is like 15, 16 cards, so having 15, 16 Curie synergies is all we really need for the deck.
You wouldn't say that Psychosis Crawler is a prime target for this?
We could. Psychosis Crawler is like draw 5, draw 6 every turn, and then deal a chunk of damage. So I like it, but not entirely needed. I'll also pitch the idea. If we wanted, we could turn this into a extra turns deck. I don't think we're going to go for the extra turns deck. I think we're going for mono blue control.
I was just thinking that, though, as we were setting this up. It would be kind of a cute extra turns deck. Could it get there? I honestly think it could. Like, you're just pouring out mana turn after turn. Maybe. Good artifact pump and soul artifact 2 CMC make Curie. Yeah, we have that one, Josh.
Yep.
But you know what? Sorry, we're gonna do this.
I want to add one piece of protection and evasion that is really sweet from this set. Silver Shroud costume.
Oh, you want to tell them what it does? I'll add it in a second. Yeah. I just realized, though, that you guys don't have a copy of the deck list. So let me send you... I think it says Lazov still down there. Let me send you this. Curie.
But Silver Shroud costume is 2 mana for an artifact equipment with flash. And it says, ETB, attach it to target creature you control. That creature has Shroud until end of the turn. And equipped creature cannot be blocked. And then 3 mana to equip. So it's a... What's it called? Whisper Silk Cloak, I think is what it's called. Not Whisper Silk Cloak, but it's a... No, yeah, it's Whisper Silk Cloak. But the Shroud only lasts 1 turn, which we kind of want for Curie. And it gives unblockable, which is really good for what our deck wants, because we want to punch.
The unblockable stays. The Shroud is temporary, right?
Correct.
So, guys, if you want to check out Curie in a hurry, where we are with the list right now, it's in the description, so just refresh the page and you should be able to see it. And can you just give me that name one more time, Will?
Silver Shroud costume.
So I can pull it up so you can see it. This literally just came out along with Curie over here. Yeah, I like it. I think it makes sense for the list. Are there any other... Do you want to run Lightning Greaves or anything of that nature?
Swiftfoot Boots might be good. Lightning Greaves could be fine. The only reason I'm not as tempted with Lightning Greaves is
able to target.
Yeah.
No, I agree. There's a new copy from Fallout, so look at that. What about Emery to reanimate artifacts?
We are exiling artifacts.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Them.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we have. I don't think we're doing anything that would sacrifice them. Otherwise, sacrifice them. But I don't dislike Emery, especially if you're discarding to hand size. Right.
Yeah.
Matthias, that's kind of bad since you're exiling, but Karn could be good. Karn is always good.
Yeah, the Karn the Great Creator lets you return cards from exile to your hand.
Right, 100% Karn. But did we want to add... Do you feel like this is a slower control kind of list? Do we want a handful of stacks pieces?
I'm thinking of building this as mono blue control until we hit some kind of value-based win. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I've been going for. Or until we beat people down with a big commander.
Is there no, in your mind, infinite combo here?
We could do Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal plus an outlet. We could do a couple different things, but we could do Thoracle with some way of milling our library.
Paradigm Shift is like the best mono blue has, sadly. And we could technically... I don't know how to spell Paradigm. I think I did, though. There you go. Paradigm Shift. For a generic and a blue, exile all cards from your library, then shuffle your graveyard into your library, provided you have a small enough grave. You can win with this. It's not the easiest way, but Paradigm Shift Thassa's Oracle is a way. Also, the art is freaking sick as hell. So if you've never seen Paradigm Shift, you're welcome. So technically, we could do that. I'm not so high on that. Give us your favorite mono blue combo, audience, by the way. I'm happy to consider anything, but
I remember we were trying to do a video on that I think we never finished.
no, because there are none. No.
Well, it's Displacer Kitten, Karn, and a self-sacking artifact. Or is it self-sacking or self-exiling? Oh yeah, it's a Tormod's Crypt and any other self-sacking artifact.
Storm is saying Leveler. We could technically use Leveler. Leveler Thassa.
Yeah. But Leveler's also just a 5-mana 10/10 artifact creature, so that we can draw all those cards we exiled from our deck.
Do you want to play Leveler Thassa's Oracle? Are we doing this one?
I don't think we want Leveler.
I honestly feel like extra turns is the thing the deck should do now, because we're not coming up with a clear strategy.
Honestly, the best option is probably Nexus of Fate. So, yeah.
Additional turn. So we could do, okay, so you're saying Isochron, Scepter.
I like extra turns. Extra turns does seem like the best way to go. You just do extra turns and punch.
Mystical Tutor, correct? Mystical Tutor, and then Nexus of Fate. So if you don't know, you do need a certain threshold of mana for this to work, but you could do Nexus of Fate, cast it, it gets shuffled into your library, you take an additional turn, and provided you've like hooked up Isochron Scepter with Mystical Tutor, you can keep putting it back to the top of your deck, drawing it, doing it again, doing it again, doing it again. It is a high cost thing to do, but it is something we can do. I don't know all the additional turn spells, Will. What are the best ones? I think I looked up the wrong thing, by the way, so yeah.
I think we have a Time Warp, Temporal Mastery, Nexus of Fate, Beacon of Tomorrow, Karn's Temporal Sundering.
Karn's Temporal Sundering. I have Time Warp, Karn's Temporal Sundering, Nexus of Fate.
Temporal Mastery.
Temporal Mastery is the one that has it's like the dig through time effect.
It's Miracle, I think.
Okay.
What is that? It's
Oh, so that's not even a bad thing to top deck tutor with like a personal tutor or something. We'll add personal tutor here.
Temporal Trespassing is the one with Delve.
Right.
Which we're going to be able to delve it.
I think so. Temporal Trespassing. Guys, if we're missing any, feel free to let us know. Temporal Trespass. Okay, so Will, to recap. Nexus of Fate, Time Warp, Karn's Temporal Sundering, Temporal Mastery, Temporal Trespass.
Capture of Jing Shao, or whatever that one's called.
Jing Shao. Jing Yao. Yeah, that one.
I'm gonna look up the rest, because I did all of those off the top of my head.
Leveler with Nexus of Fate on the stack. Karn is now a flavor win.
We can do All Run's Epiphany.
What? Spell that?
Just do Epiphany. EPIPH.
All Run's Epiphany. Okay.
Yep. It's just make 2 birds, take an extra turn, exile this.
Did we add the one with the wave? Is that Time Warp?
Oh, I think you might be talking about
it's capture. It's capture mana cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we also have Walk the Eons.
That's the one with the skeletons, right?
It's the mannequins or skeletons, something like that, like pushing the swinging. What are those called? They're not guillotines. The swinging axes.
They're not guillotines. Pendulum.
They're not guillotines. No, it's like a pendulum, but it's an axe. I don't know what those are called.
I like Stormtrooper says savor the moment. Take an extra turn after this one. Skip the untap step of that turn.
So the issue is we want to draw with Curie, and Curie won't untap.
I mean, for a deck like this, we'd really need like a Seedborn Muse, wouldn't we?
Yeah, totally.
If only there was a blue Seedborn Muse. I'm gonna skip Savor the Moment, but that's sick as hell. I actually really like that. If we had things that could like untap shenanigans. Grand Architect Pillipala. Mateus is high on Pillipala these days, I gotta say.
I can also give the two, I think, previously most expensive extra turn spells that are no longer the most, I mean, monetary wise. Expropriate, which is still pretty high up there, but Time Stretch, which went from like a $20 card to a $4 card, and I'm happy about it because it finally got a reprint.
Time Stretch, is that one word?
Yeah, no, 2 words, but it'll show up if you do it as 1 word.
And what's the last one?
So Time Stretch and Expropriate.
Oh, as an additional...
Yeah, you just 9 mana, take an extra turn, and steal 3 people's things.
Alright, hopefully we get there. Should we add our fast mana?
Yeah. Also, we can do Part the Water Veil as well if we want. That's the 6 mana, take an extra turn, exile this, and then you can pay the Awakening cost. The Awakening cost is not worth it, though.
I like it. We're going to go up to Grim Monolith. So I got Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Grim Monolith. We've got Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Mox Amber? Why not? We're drawing a lot of cards. We need the ramp. Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Mox Amber, Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal, Jeweled Lotus. Am I missing any of the core ones? Is there an LED thing we could be doing?
Not really.
No.
I mean, to be fair, we could just LED ditch our hand and then redraw, but...
I mean... That is a strategy.
It's not worth it, though. We're not doing that. Or at least I don't think we're doing that.
I added Dramatic Reversal as well. A Storm. We don't necessarily have an outlet in this list for Dramatic Reversal, but it is, I guess, infinite mana. But you are right, though. Like, Reversal could untap us on that next turn, if that's also something you're hinting at. But do we want any of the Felwar, Arcane Signet kind of things? It's like our commander's not expensive.
Yeah, I think we could
High Tide?
probably ramp.
High Tide.
We don't do High Tide.
You don't think we need High Tide for these 9 mana spells?
No, because we're gonna slowly ramp into them while we're drawing 5 cards an extra turn.
What we don't really have that much by way of ramp in mono blue. Is there anything else I'm missing?
The 2 mana artifacts, if you haven't included them, I think that they're fine right now. We might also want Thought Vessel, just as a no max hand size thing.
Yes. Are there any other no max hand size? Do we put Spellbook? What are we putting for no hand size?
Reliquary Tower and Thought Vessel. Those are the only 2 worth running, in my opinion.
All right. Felwar Stone.
Sorry, we also have Triskaidekaphile if we want.
Spell that one more time.
Trisk.
Oh, happened. So Triskaidekaphobia or Triskaidekaphile?
Triskaidekaphile. Triskaidekaphobia is players lose the game when they hit 13 life. Triskaidekaphile is if you have exactly 13 cards in hand, win the game, you have no max hand size. It's a win con force and it's no max hand size.
All islands double. You give more interaction to others. With High Tide?
Yeah, it helps enemies too.
I don't care. It's worth it. I'm worth it. Are you worth it? Decanter of Endless Water. You just made that up. This is not a thing. But I'm going to look it up anyways. Because I want to be surprised.
Decanter of Endless Water is the 3 mana Thought Vessel that taps for any color.
I was like, this must be from like a Baldur's Gate or a... Because that's the kind of name.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, like that's the kind of name I would suspect. But I don't remember this one, and you're absolutely right. I don't know if we use it Transdemon, though. With High
also,
Tide,
look at the alternate art. The alternate art is the only reason worth running it.
Ooh,
fishy.
Maybe we do. Speaking of fish, Mystic Remora, Rhystic Study, the One Ring. Will, do we want to run... Is there any... I mean, Voltaic Key, Manifold Key, they do untap our large tapping rocks, so there are reasons to use them.
I don't think we need them though. The One Ring is just there to be the One Ring. We have the
But
land as well.
I mean, it's like, it feels excessive, but turn after turn, I don't mind having it to untap our commander as a blocker. I don't mind having it to untap our Grim Monolith. I don't mind having it to untap the One Ring or any other value artifact.
I just feel like since we're not tutoring, it's not as consistent to run them. And like outside of Vault, it's not going to be helping us with mana pretty much ever.
Well, technically though, like one mana to activate it, it is, if you untap a 3 mana producing thing, then it is still technically producing 1 more generic mana for the turn, which could be relevant if you're trying to storm. But it's minuscule. The thing is, like, blue doesn't have the rituals of black and red, nor does it have the spirit guides, furthermore in green, and obviously the Simeon spirit guide in red. I'm kind of just trying to take what I can get. It also just adds to our threshold of artifacts, but I don't disagree that they're not core to the strategy.
Someone brought up Forensic Gadgeteer and Basalt Monolith. I do like that because
looks like your whiskey decanter, Pat. Sorry, yeah, the dragon. Do you like the Gadgeteer?
Yeah, because it just says when you cast an artifact, you can pay 1 to draw a card. Basically, it by itself is really good. It with Basalt Monolith is just, if you draw an artifact, draw a card and play that artifact.
Do we play the kind of cute Joyrus stuff, like a Paradoxical Outcome? Do we bounce all the shit back to hand and play out more shit? Like, is that something we can do? Well, you don't want to run the untap effects, Will. Give me one of them. Let me recast them.
When you get to 5 mana, you're winning the game. That's the hopeful theory with our commander.
Well, Nexus of Fate cost how much? 7?
Yeah, Nexus of Fate is 7, and Beacon of Tomorrows, which is worse, Nexus of Fate cost 8. But we're just trying to hit an extra turn, which will let us keep going, which will let us keep going, which will let us keep going. So we're aiming for 5 or 6 mana.
So let's take a second. So guys, we're not done with the deck building yet, but as a reminder, if you guys have been hanging out this whole time, thank you. If you want to participate in some gameplay over on Spell Table, we have it up right now. I'll be switching from this Lazavlis, which is the last deck we built, to Curie in a hurry to playtest it with you guys to see if what we made is worth playing at all. But just as a recap, we're at 30 lands. That is not the land count we will ultimately have. We're at 17 artifacts, excluding our commander, 12 sorceries, 11 instants, a lot of creatures for a mono blue list, and none of the core ones yet. Tapped out thinks we're 99% competitive. And we're not even a full deck yet, Will. But we've got
You're not a full deck.
Yeah, you're 1 card short of a full deck, Will. That's that. Is that an insult? I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
it
mean
is.
It.
It's
I don't
saying
mean it,
you're missing a few cards.
You're missing a few cards. Your commander deck's missing a few cards, buddy. But to answer your question, Josh, we do have the Temporal Trespass. That is in the list, as well as all of the other temporal/trespassing cards. So they're all there.
I'll say we could probably add removal, and then what was the other thing? There was one thing I was thinking of adding that I thought was going to be good, but I can't remember what it was now.
Can't be that good then.
Dang it. What's it?
That's about all we're missing, folks. We're just missing the interaction suite. Karn Silver Golem here. Well, are there any other artifact-specific carrying creatures that we're missing, like Forensic Gadgeteer? Do we want Urza in this list? Like, Urza happens to be an outlet for that ISO Rev line you guys were referring to. Karn Silver Golem's not in the list. We can look at him, though, if you guys want. Karn gets... when Karn blocks or becomes blocked, it gets -4/+4 until end of turn. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost until end of turn. I don't know if I want Karn Silver Golem, but Josh, I see you in Rapid Hybridization. Let's add a removal suite and our counter suite.
Artifact tutors. That's what
we have not touched on tutors.
Yeah, so War of Invention, Fabricate, Mystical Tutor, and then
we're
Tutor.
Invention, Fabricate. I added Personal Tutor. I've added Mystical Tutor already. Do you want to add Merchant Scroll?
It can find Nexus of Fate, so
Right.
probably.
I added Spell Seeker as a little bonus for us. Hold up. War of Invention. Do you not want what is it called? Not replicate. Reshape.
Reshaped is the sack an artifact, find an artifact that costs X.
Yeah, but that's a good way to get the Phyrexian Dreadnought on the board, right?
Yeah,
in my mind.
We could do reshape or transmute artifact.
Or both.
Are
there any of the creatures that find, like the trinket mages of the world, are there any that we want specifically for an artifact in this list? Is there one that finds a 1 CMC artifact? Which
literally
one is...
Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage.
I don't... So I'm new to blue, folks. I'm new to constructing blue. But Trinket Mage is the one that finds 1 or less. Put it into your hand.
Yep, it finds our Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Do we, well, again, that is the best one, to be frank. It is the absolute best one. But, Will, do you... I don't know, do you feel like we need another one? Is there another artifact that's equally important, like the 2 CMC one? Dramatic Reversal is not. Dramatic Reversal is kind of important. Like, if we're trying to do the infinite turn thing, then I think it is kind of important we get the, not Dramatic Reversal, but Isochron Scepter. What is that one called?
Finding which thing? What are you?
Search library, 2 CMC artifacts.
Oh, that's either Trophy Mage or Tribute Mage.
I think it's Trophy. Hold up. What would you do?
Trophy is 3.
Tribute is 2.
Yeah.
Tribute is 2.
That's the newest one.
Treasure Mage is 6 or greater. Is there a 6 or greater artifact we want?
No.
Are you sure?
People are waiting for, like, frickin' some
Paradox
other random
engine to come back out? Paradox engine to be unbanned?
No, Paradox is 5. Paradox is 5.
Is it 5? It's even
5.
Better than I thought.
People are waiting for Tutor for 4-drop.
Yeah, I mentioned
so
Urza
you can find
earlier.
the One Ring.
You think Urza's good, Josh? I'm just kidding. It's probably really good. Would wipe other manuscripts and moxes. What about creature artifact tutors as well? Yes, we just included those. Intuition in this deck is literally going to be for 3 free counter spells. It is that kind of tutor in this list. Am I wrong? I don't know. What else would you want to use it for, I suppose?
I can agree to that. It's only really finding those, maybe Nexus of Fate as an additional, but that's...
Oh, do you have Inventor's Fair?
Inventor's Fair is in here, I believe. Is it? Yeah, I have Inventor's Fair.
Okay.
Yep.
We should, because... Wait, also Urza's Saga.
Yeah.
I was imagining...
Saga's in there. Don't even worry about it.
Urza's Saga's very good with this deck. It's a time bomb. Like, you want to turn 1 Urza's Saga and then get your Phyrexian Dreadnought that way, I guess. Why not? Okay. Search your library for equipment or vehicle. Okay, I think we're done here. Unless you want Arkham Daxon?
No. Arkham's fine. I know we can turn any of the artifact creatures into something else.
Or vice versa, right?
No. Artifact creatures into non-artifact.
Screw it. Never mind.
Non-creature, my bad.
All right, so hit us up with your favorite interaction. And I mean removal as well as counter magic. I think we have our entire tutor suite at this point, though. Muddle the Mixture is the last one we could consider. I don't know if we actually...
That includes interaction suite, so...
Right. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Okay, so Force of Will. Force of Negation.
Can you name all the free counter spells yet, Patrick? Or you filthy blue player.
Guardianship. I like Misdirect a lot. I'm going to include that in my pile. We're going to do the... what is it called? The one where it exiles all the spells in the stack. Why can't I ever remember that name? Mindbreak Trap.
With an M? Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I've got Force of Will, Force of Negation, Fierce. I'm not doing Pact of Negation, guys. This deck, I don't like Pact of Negation unless that aren't going to win directly or easily. And like as an extra turns list, it's just silly. Personally, like if you want to use it, you can. Fierce Guardianship, Misdirect, Mind Break, Trap, and then Mental Misstep.
There you go.
It's technically free. It's technically free. Swan Song, An Offer You Can't Refuse. Mana Drain. Are we Mana Drain here? Actually, yes, right? It's mono blue. And we
maybe.
need it for extra turn stuff. Like, why not?
It's fine. It's fine, yeah.
I like Swan Song a lot, though. A lot. More than An Offer You Can't Refuse. Sorry, offer. But Flusterstorm's great, too. I love that.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add, Will, that you love? Like not miscast, dispel. We could use miscast if we want.
I'll say that we need Cyclonic Rift, Chain of Vapor. The actual permanent removal side of blue, probably resculpt as well.
Yep. I'm down for rapid hybridization. Yep. And Pongify. We can include those.
Agreed.
Any other counter spells? We're missing not Dispel. I always forget one or two. I've been hit with them so many times. You'd think that there'd be like permanence. You'd think I would be affected by this long term, you know? All the blue spells I've had to suffer over the years. And now, I think that my body is trying to retaliate by forgetting them, Will. I think I'm trying to wash my mind of them.
What is it? It's miscast, and there's the other one that's basically miscast. Starts with an F, I think.
Force Spike. Not that one. You're right. There is another miscast effect.
I want to say it off the top of my head. I don't want to look it up out of pure pride.
Well, feel free to work on that.
Can't find it. I'll just look it up. Screw it.
Oh my god. All right, well, I'm going to take it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5.
Spell Pierce.
Close. F is really close to both S and
I know.
P.
I don't know why I was saying F for that, but it's Spell Pierce.
No, you're fine. Dispel. Apparently not on the database. Love you, Tapped Out. You've served me well over the years. Okay. Nerd Rage for +10/+10. Is that a card? I'll look it up.
I don't think so.
No,
I doubt it.
Don't tell me.
Oh my gosh, it actually is, but it's from Fallout, that's why. I love it.
God. Yes?
Funny thing is, it's +10/+10, which doesn't matter for Curie, but it's ETB, draw 2 cards and no max hand size, which is pretty funny.
I don't mind Reality Shift, by the way. I agree with that. Hell yes to Nerd Rage. I'm sorry. By the way, Tim Rogers...
Wait. Why hell yes to Nerd Rage?
I like it.
Why?
Draw 2. So it's just a 2 sim, 2 generic, and a blue. Draw 2 cards, so refresh your hand, like hold mana for whatever, slow turn. Whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in your hand, it gets +10/+10 whenever it attacks. So you have no maximum hand size, great. It's another one of those effects. And then you get the trigger of +10/+10 provided you have 10 or more cards in your hand. Thing is, it's obviously it's like putting the cart before the horse. You need to do damage to draw the cards, but you need cards to do this damage. It feels right for the deck. You don't like it?
The buff doesn't draw more from Curie, but it does speed up the clock.
It's still Commander. I mean, I don't
Agreed,
know.
agreed.
Like,
It speeds
I
up the clock.
actually,
I'm not going to argue that.
but like a roided up Phyrexian Dreadnought Curie kills people. It just kills people. It's actually
it's
kind of
still-
sick.
It's also just 3 mana, draw 2, you have no max hand size. Which 3 mana, draw 2 is horrible, but then no max hand size is pretty good considering what we do with this deck.
Are we missing any auras that are relevant in this way?
Not really, as far as I know.
I'm going to put the text plus aura blue. All that glitters is gold is a white thing and cares about other enchantments. Are there any other value creatures we should add, by the way? Like Hull Breacher?
I don't
Sneak it in
think
there?
we need more. I don't think we're going to need much more. Because I think we're probably going to need to cut some of the Curie value stuff in a second.
Oh, we
for
are
deck.
so going to need to cut so much Curie value stuff.
I think we're probably fine as is.
Okay. Will says we're fine, people. You know what that means?
Cutting time.
We're probably fine. Yeah. Couldn't time. Couldn't
Will
time. You know,
cards.
that's Freddy Krueger's phrase. All right, let's start with sorceries.
It's cutting time.
Gross. Unless you like Halloween. Okay. Temporal trespass. Time stretch. Expropriate. What is this is cEDH, people. Temporal mastery. Alrund's epiphany. Walk the Aeons. This is a lot.
I think we can potentially cut Expropriate and Allrun's Epiphany. Those are probably 2 that we could cut if we wanted to cut those.
Time stretch at 10 is good to you?
Yeah, because it's 2 5 mana stitched together. It's good enough.
I don't know if we hit that.
You can cut it if you'd like.
I think that we'll probably realistically Chrome Mox it.
Fair.
I like
Allrun's
Allrun's Epiphany like create 2, take an extra turn after this one, exile Allrun's Epiphany. Create 2 1/1 bird tokens and take it out. You don't want that, Will?
It's somewhat slow. The fact that you can foretell it does help a bit, though, if we wanted to do that.
So this is, right now we're at 8 extra turn spells, excluding Nexus of Fate, which is instant, if I'm not mistaken. Holy crap! There's another Nexus of Fate?
Yeah, I think so. We got a reprint from a recent set.
Yo, it's a secret lair drop.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it looks pretty sick. In my opinion, I know people don't really like that stuff.
I didn't even know that was an art that we got.
So that's 9.
Okay.
You fine with that? 1 in 11 cards is an extra turn spell?
Yeah, because we're also going to have tutors, which are extra turn spells. I think we're going to hit them consistently enough.
Jacob says, I literally built this deck while watching your Fallout review for the legendaries. Well, I hope that this... Feel free to compare notes, Jacob, with us, please. I hope this lives up to your standards. I don't know if we're going necessarily the right direction here, but we're doing extra turn stuff with Curie. The Nexus looks cool, but is messy. I don't fault you there. Okay, Will. We've got 30 lands. How many lands does a 2 CMC commander need?
I think we could probably cut 2 islands, and then we're fine.
You want Hull of the Bandit Lord?
It's good if Curie ever gets removed. Hull of the Bandit Lord gets Curie back with haste. I like that. I don't think that's necessary, though, but we can take out an island and Bandit Lord.
I know that we discussed, Treasure Vault might be cut, actually. Do we need an artifact land? Probably not.
Always.
No. Sita's Synod as well could be cut. It's just gonna fuel our opposing dock sides. I would rather not have artifact lands here. We don't have any. I think the relevance for them is dead.
I think we cut them.
Academy Ruins I'm actually happy with, though. Like, we could let
very
Curie...
much screw commander tax. Just keep throwing it on top.
100%. Karn, the Great Creator, anyone? Karn? Got a Karn for sale?
Karn's good. Karn lets us recur things exiled by Curie. I like it. And it's also a very good stacks piece.
We have to cut 8 cards. We have 32 instant speed spells: Nexus of Fate, Misdirection, Force of Will, Mind Break Trap, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Negation, Whir of Invention. I like I don't mind the exile to do things, but like Misdirection's good here because we should have technically a lot of cards. We'll see if that's true.
I will say that we should probably cut the Gadgeteer and the Soul Gorger, because they're Soul Gorger, we're going to have to keep sacrificing creatures every upkeep, even with Curie exiling Soul Gorger. And then with Gadgeteer, we're not trying to storm off. We're doing extra turn things. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't disagree that we have artifacts to cast into it. I don't think this is the right list for it either, so I can make those cuts pretty easily as well. Mind Break Trap, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Negation, Whir of Invention, Cyclonic Rift, Dramatic Reversal. If we are trying to generate the mana to do the thing, then Dramatic Reversal is going to be really good. We don't necessarily need infinite mana as a deck.
Not really.
But the Isochron Scepter is there for that. I do believe I added Isochron Scepter. Let me make sure I did. Okay. It's in there. Mana Drain. Mordenkainen's Polymorph. We have a lot of turn-based power things to blank, so we could probably cut a few of these. I can't say which ones yet, though.
How many cards do we need to cut?
Not many, dude. We have 6 cards to cut. So just to go over the rest, we have Nerd Rage, Rhystic Study, and Soul Artifact, Mystic Remora. We have Octavia, Living Thesis, which again does get reduced.
Octavia's probably going to be a keep. I think we could cut Spell Pierce and Miscast, and then we can cut a couple of the temporary stat setters.
You don't like Spell Pierce or Miscast?
They're better in fast decks where people can't build up mana. We're going to be playing slow.
Okay. Let's look at our artifacts really quick. The One Ring, Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Grim Monolith, Isochron Scepter, Silver Shroud, Costume, Swiftfoot Boots, Thought Vessel, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, and all these 0-cost ones make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm happy with those. We need to cut 4 cards, and I think they're probably going to come out of our instance. Just one more go around for the creatures, though. Phyrexian Metamorph, Filigree Attendant. Power equal to the number of artifacts you control. At 4 CMC, is that good enough?
I'll say we can probably cut the Mercurial Transformation, the sorcery temp buff thing, because I like the instance so that we can attack in response to no blockers buff Curie.
No, that's an easy exclude for sure. Anything that's sorcery based is going to play second fiddle, I think, to our instance. I'm not as high on Filigree Attendant, but I do get its redundancy for the Master of Ethereum here.
Yeah, it's also evasive, which is pretty nice.
It's flying. Yeah, it is flying.
It's our worst option, but it's an option.
When we exile it, how big realistically is our commander going to be? Like 3 to 4
power.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine enough, I guess. I think it is better.
Drawing 5 cards a turn isn't enough for Patrick over here.
No. We need much more. Much more. I do think, though, that it's something that has permanence, like our commander will remain that thing is just better. Okay, so let's look over our options here so far as our 2 CMC and under effects are concerned. Mordecai's Polymorph is 4/4 and flying for the turn. I do think the flying is relevant, so we're going to keep that for now. We have Serpentine Ambush, which is 5/5, but no evasion. We have Startling Development, which is 4/4, no evasion. I think Startling Development, it could,
yes.
Well, cycling 1 is not bad. Water, especially if we know, like if we top deck something we need for turn and cycle this out to grab it, like a counter realistically. Water Wings is 4/4, and I believe flying in hexproof. So this is technically the best of the evasive lot. I think Serpentine Ambush is feeling a little weak. Is one extra card draw worth the non-evasion or trickery of cycling?
I think that we can cut the Serpentine. It's either that or Relic's Roar, but
Right.
Relic's Roar cost 1, which makes it like a good deal better.
Right, it's 4/3, and they become a dinosaur. Also, what's kind of cool, it's turn target artifact or creature. So, if we turn our artifact, let's just say we turn our Mana Crypt into a 4/3 dinosaur, artifact dinosaur, right? Dinosaur
then
artifact
we can
creature.
Turn Curie into a Mana Crypt. Let's go.
Right. No, I'm dead serious. Because it's until end of turn.
The thing is, Curie's not even going to copy the stats. It's just going to become a 0/0 Mana Crypt. It's going to exist there as a nothing.
Lastly, we have Wings of the Veil's Vel, which is a 4/4 with flying again. So the weakest of the lot is definitely the is the Startling Development.
Yeah, it's Startling Development or the Serpentine.
Maybe both, because we do need to cut. We need 2 more cuts.
I cut both of those.
What purpose is Phyrexian Metamorph playing? It's another creature that, let's say we have Phyrexian Metamorph enter the battlefield as a copy of a Crom, or as a copy of like a big thing. Let's say it's like there's a list playing Dargo. Then yeah, you just get to become a big thing. Metamorph is just so good, especially in a world with 1 rings. Right, and this is only assuming that Metamorph copies a creature. Metamorph has the ability to copy artifacts or creatures, so having a 3 mana 1 ring is even better. And legitimately, you'll see 3 mana 1 rings, but also because we lack the kind of value creatures that other colors have, having Metamorph come in as a Orcish Bowmaster isn't the worst thing in the world either. And then getting to generate tokens off of that. There's a lot of play here for Metamorph. I think that clone creatures are really good. I don't think that this means we should run the other one, the 2 CMC one, either Fleshy or the one that everyone actually likes playing. What is it called?
Fleshy or Phantasmal Image. And we got another one recently from Fallout, I think, that's not as good. It was a Fallout or one of the Thunder Junction things. I think it was Fallout. We got a one that was like a 3 mana one, but it had some kind of spice to it. Where was it?
Liquid Metal Torque it makes any creature an artifact, right? Or it makes any permanent artifact?
Yeah. Also, Synth Infiltrator. That's the new one. It's 5 mana, blue. So 3 blue. Improvise, so you can tap artifacts to play it, and it enters a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a synth artifact.
Could work in this list, honestly.
We don't need it.
Okay. Will, 2 more cuts. What do you want?
Didn't we come up with them? It was the 2 mediocre buff spells.
So Serpentine Ambush and
the cycle 1.
No, I already took out of the cycle 1.
Oh,
I want to leave in the quantity that's there. I think I took out this. I think I took out the cycle 1. Yeah. Wait, the Startling Development. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll want to keep it. Okay, it's the last cut is the deepest, folks. It's just like what's her name? What is her name? Sheryl Crow said. Okay.
Can you refresh so I can see
yeah,
what we've cut already?
maybe I could do that for you, Will. Sure.
For you, Will? No.
No. Nerd Rage.
I think Nerd Rage is good enough. It's fine as is with the nerd and the raging and
Triskaidectophile. Octavia? Does Octavia make the cut?
Yeah, Octavia is good. I think Octavia is quite good.
And Soul Artifact sounds kind of bad, honestly. Just kidding.
I mean, we could
totally
get rid
kidding.
of it. It's just permanent. It's just significantly better Serpentine.
Yeah, no. I am totally kidding. I want to turn Curie into a giant pair of scissors, 100%.
It's well, I feel like it's the blue aura on the scissors is the Insole artifact.
I can get rid
Like
of
it's
Felwar
a ghost.
Stone.
It's a ghost taking the scissors and then just making go like.
I can go to Felwar Stone here and be a happy man.
Uh, yeah, probably Felwar Stone. I think Felwar Stone's probably the best cut. It's either that or cutting one of the tutor creatures.
With a full deck will, we're at 97% competitive.
Nice. It's funny, it reduced by 2% because you cut that Felwar Stone.
I think so. Well,
It
at
did.
any rate,
I'm looking at the non-Felwar Stone version and it's 99% competitive.
dude, there was a weird spike in viewership a moment ago. That was so weird. Who are the 8 people that left? At any rate, to you few who elected to stay till this point in the video, there's 2 things we can do. We can, as you see here, jump over onto Spell Table and play some games with you all. I'm going to go ahead and actually just get this set up for Curie. We can go over to Spell Table and play a few games with you, the audience. If you want to join, you can participate by going over to our Discord. Voice is going to be handled over on Discord, and will, in the Looking for Games portion of our Discord for Magic the Gathering, put up a link to said Spell Table that you're looking at now, and we can get some games underway. I will be playing, of course, Curie. And I need to fix this window so it looks better for you guys. How can I do that? There you go. So I'll be playing Curie.
There we go.
There we are. Is there a way to... Oh.
I got exiled because I opened up a second tab.
Oh, did you?
Okay, is it going to do dumb things with my camera again? Doing the dumb thing with my camera. Give me a second.
No, that's okay. Well, at any rate, we can... Oh, that's so weird. I don't know why that... Oh, that makes so much more sense. Okay. Wow. So we can play some games together, or we could just goldfish this one. So if you're watching and you're in attendance and you want to play test Curie with us live, let me know. I would be happy to play with you guys, at least get one game in this evening. Otherwise, oh, hey, look. Fluffles.
Yeah, there's my friend who built the Raggadragga deck.
Are you playing Raggadragga?
Also, your mic's a little bit close.
Yeah, we're like up.
Jesse, we hear you breathing. Oh, hold up.
He can't hear you.
Yeah. Jesse, your mic's a little bit close. I can hear you breathing. Okay. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, wait. I'm hearing
and hop on the Discord and on one of the tables, and I'll move you to the F&M table. Yeah, I'll move you there in a second. And if you can mute on the spell table, then I'll move you to the right Discord thing, and we'll talk through Discord.
I didn't know you could do like a screen share on Spell Table. Yes, 100%. So guys, yeah, that's the other part of this. So if you guys want to participate, you're more than welcome to play with a physical deck and or a virtual deck. It really doesn't matter. At least I don't care. But while we wait to see if we can collect a 4th, I'm just going to go ahead and play test the version of the list we've built together to see how it performs.
And while you do that, I'm going to use the bathroom and get a drink.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. So, can you guys see that? Cool. So, do we keep this hand here? No. We don't. We want to get Curie down pretty soon. We're looking to get Curie down in a hurry. Does it all make sense now? We can keep this hand, I think. If we're off play, we can keep this hand because of the Gemstone Caverns. Obviously, the Mox Opal with Curie is going to be pretty tight. I do think that we would need to Thought Vessel, Mox Opal, get the ball rolling on that, and just draw a card off of our turn. Right, so turn 1, Curie. Gemstone Pug, right. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll keep this. We'll do the Gemstone Caverns, and we'll get rid of the Part the Water Veil. We don't need it quite yet. Our turn rolls around. We will draw a card. Look at that. We got our Time Warp, so it wasn't necessary at all. I'll play Curie, and just because you never know if a Rule of Law effect or something crazy will go down, I'll put the Mox Opal into play. With that, I'll pass. Next turn, we get a Blast Zone, which is probably not necessary for this list now that I think about it. But we'll keep it. Let's do a Blast Zone as a land per turn. We'll do the Zone and the Cavern for a Thought Vessel. I will move to combat. Obviously, Filigree Attendant is sweet and a thing we could do, but not quite yet. No, not quite yet. We'll attack, we'll draw a card, and then we will hold. So we have mana open for a reshape. We don't really have any interaction in this hand, which is kind of a bummer. I think the best thing we could do... We don't really have stacks either, so I'm thinking like before we pass, do we want to reshape something out? Thing is, reshape will probably crush the Mox Opal to get our Phyrexian Dreadnought, although we have two ways of like buffing and drawing outside of doing the Phyrexian Dreadnought play. So I'd rather not have to quash our own Mox Opal here.
Agreed.
Next turn we draw Karn, the Great Crater, though. That's pretty good. Okay, so why don't we start just by seeing... I mean, honestly, throwing down the Karn here might just be best, because putting this threat out first before we even go for a draw is probably the right play. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, we don't have a good way to buff our Curie, and we're really looking to dig up a land at this point. So I could see us doing minimally the Shapecraft to buff and then go from there. If not, playing the Filigree Attendant. Not as high on the Attendant at this moment. I think the Attendant itself would be, again, it would be 3/3 once we exile it. So let's go for the Thought, well, yeah, let's do Thought Vessel and do the Mox Opal. Buff here, swing, draw a card, and then potentially draw cards off Curie. Let's just say we hit 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We don't necessarily need the blue mana, and I would like to get the ball rolling on Urza's Saga, so we'll do Urza's Saga into Karn. How fitting. If Karn sticks, we're in a good spot. We actually have interaction now with a Force of Will, as well as a Mystical Tutor to get the Nexus of Fate line going. So we're in a really good spot, honestly. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We can Time Warp next turn. This is good. And we're technically on, what, turn 4 here? I missed the start of the stream. I know you guys are experienced in CDH. Would trying to build this list to do the whole Thassa's Oracle Paradigm Shift Level or Delve spell just be too clunky? Will, thoughts on that?
You could try doing it. The issue is that for like Paradigm Shift, you need to have a small graveyard. Curie's drawing a lot of cards, and you're probably discarding the hand size, so you probably have a big graveyard. For Leveler and Delver, everything like that, you can do it, but that's a high cost to get it started. It's usually just better to kind of go extra turns, because you'll be able to keep hitting, kill through commander damage, and draw through your deck more consistently than not.
But for refresher, though, like, we only have one card in our graveyard right now, so obviously Paradigm Shift, Thassa's Oracle sounds really good. There are certain situations where those two will actually play very well into this list. I also think that Leveler is 6 CMC, right? So there's a reason for the... there you go. Your Searcher, your 2 CMC and a blue Searcher. Or 2 generic and a blue. Mm. So, I mean, we could do it feasibly, but I think right now just playing a slow, low, and control kind of deck is maybe the right way to go with this.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we could do a 3-mander if anyone wants to play, they can. I assume over on the Discord you put out some feelers for people, though.
Yep. I did at Wizards with the spell table link.
All right. If anything, though, do you want to move to that table?
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, hold up. Yeah, extra turns are just so fun. Yeah, I mean, I think that extra turns is like, well, fun, maybe not the most competitive thing you could be doing in mono blue. Let me refresh this. I want to try it one more time.
Okay.
Just before we actually set up a game. What's your pal's name? We could start now.
Jesse.
Jesse? Okay.
Yeah.
We could just start now, actually. I kind of want to open more packs, honestly, as I'm looking at the wrappings.
All right. We can do it to wrap up the stream.
Yeah, why not? Let's see if I can go 4 and 4, 5 and 5.
4 no. It's 3 right now.
Okay. 4. Right. 4 and 0. Yes, thank you.
Right,
where's my deck? Yeah, I'll join you on the table. Okay. So, again, if you guys ever want to participate in some live gameplay, you're more than welcome to join us over on the Discord. Again, voice happens on Discord, where Spell Table is where we play the game. So the screen you're looking at now is just a Spell Table overlay. There is a 4th slot available if you're ready to game and you want to play. Just let us know over on the Discord. Will or myself will catch you over in Looking for Games, and you can just hit the link over there to start playing. But I'm going to join them on table 1, and you can hear from them in a second.
I'll figure something out. There we go. Hey, Patrick.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, Jesse.
Hello.
All right. I'm just going to ask you to be gentle, okay? This Curie list is fresh. It could be good. It could be bad. No idea yet.
It's fine. Will just ask me to play my Raggadragga list.
I was like, yeah, we could. The Raggadragga list that won that one tournament. I want to see how well it stacks up.
Right. Well, this might be a game of 3, Mander, so it'll probably do well, unless you have cards that care about, the number of opponents.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think there's any card in the list that cares.
All right, then you're gonna do just great. I need to look at my hand, see if this is keepable.
If anybody else wants to join, just hop onto the Discord and then hop onto one of the open tables, and I'll move you to the open spot that we have. But yeah, I will decide a deck. Which deck should I play, Patrick?
Oh, that's the question. Isn't that always the question? I think that you could play. I don't know, like, the speed at which Raggadragga plays, so you could do Gale, do like another kind of controlling combo list.
Yeah, I'll do Gale.
So I might keep my first starting hand here. I'm just trying to think on this one.
I need to reload. I was working on to get the screen right for Spell Table.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not going to play Zur tonight because Zur's not been kind to me.
I'm going to move this over here so I can see you guys a little bit better. Right over here. Okay. This is fine. I hope I draw well. This could go really poorly for me, but I'll keep it.
I'll keep my first 7. It's horrible, but it should be.
That is exactly how I feel, but I'm just crossing my fingers that all goes well.
Oh, I would also like to point out my background is actually a matte design specifically for this deck.
I feel like I noticed the Dragga, but is it an elf, or we have 2 elves back there?
So it's supposed to actually also be based off of the story of Odysseus killing the boar, Athena's boar.
Oh,
so nice. Raggadragga is the boar. You see Athena in the background with a little party of animals watching a female Odysseus fight Raggadragga.
Nice.
I love it. It looks dope. I don't know if you watch Good Mythical Morning, but there's like a rooster figure in their branding, and there's like this thing behind the elf that looks very similar.
Yeah, there's also the Gruul sigil in the background.
Sweet.
Which I like a lot.
Wait, are we just waiting for Will right now?
Yeah, I'm shuffling up because I just grabbed my deck. Give me a
Oh my
second. I
god.
had a no lander, and now I'm gonna see what I have in my second.
Oh no, that's okay. I want to see what life is like with. I have the other like Google Chrome tab open here for the deck. We were just playtesting the deck we just made. I don't know. I don't know that this hand I'm keeping is like the best possible start, but I just can't seem to find a hand with any fast mana. So let's keep it.
There's no such thing as fast mail with Raggadragga. They're all bored.
Right. Unless
True,
you,
true.
I don't know, what you Concordant Crossroads turn one into one of your dorks. There's no Elvish Spirit
Man.
Guide.
This is an interesting hand, but I don't think I want to keep it. Yeah, that's. I want to show off this hand. So I got a land. It's my only land, but I have a Mox Diamond, then a Rite of Flame, then a Desperate Ritual, then a Seething Song, but then Taxian Probe and a Braid is my only other two cards.
Yeah.
So what will my first two draws be? That was not going to be a good hand. I'm glad that I did not keep that.
Well, on the bright side, you may get 30 more seconds since I need to pick up my food, which is 25 minutes late.
Oof.
Oh no.
Yeah, apparently Uber Eats called me and was like, so we didn't make your order and the guy's here, so it's going to be like 20 minutes late.
Oh no.
But the guy's like pulling down my street, so you got a couple of seconds because I need to grab it. So
This is me. This is me having an opportunity to also mow.
I'm still keeping my 7. It's just not great, but it's good enough that like
I'm going down to 5.
Like, if I was in a tournament, I would still probably keep this hand because it's just so good and so bad at the same time.
Bottoming this, and we hope and pray, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, are we ready to start off with that?
Yep.
Okay, give me like 2 minutes on, and I'll be back with my food. So
Yeah, we have time for a fourth to potentially hop in. Let's go.
That or for me to play test this deck. Hold on.
Also, for pre-games.
Oh, no, they can't see that. Actually, can they hear you still? I think they can. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I unplugged my portion of my headphones so I could hear you guys.
Let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is the hand I wish we were starting with, by the way, over in our actual game. But there's a Urza's Saga, a Cephalid Colosseum, a Fabricate, a Jeweled Lotus, a Mox Diamond, and a Soul Ring with Nexus of Fate in hand. So we're very clearly going to start with the Urza's Saga, play the Jeweled Lotus, play out Curie, use Urza's Saga to get the Soul Ring. We can Fabricate next turn to grab our Phyrexian Dreadnought, but we don't have the mana requisite to also exile the Phyrexian Dreadnought. So is it the best thing in the world? Probably not, but it's fine.
You're still drawing an additional card, more likely than not.
Oh, I didn't even draw a card for turn, did I? 1, 2, 3. No. Okay. What else did I get? Octavia, Living Thesis. Well, we're not there yet. Octavia. Let's go next turn. The One Ring. Okay, well, that kind of made my turn. I'll attack with Curie, see if I can hit a free counterspell. Nope. Might as well just play the One Ring. If that resolves, I'll draw a card. We have Zephyrian Shapecraft, which is kind of perfect for us, so this is good. If all things go well and we don't die, then we take our next turn. Walk the Eons. We don't have any lands for this turn, so we're going to start by drawing 2 cards. So we have Ancient Tomb. Does this give us the mana? Also, I think Urza's Saga actually goes away here, so I do need to search my library for a card.
Yeah.
What's a good 1 mana spell to look for, Will?
1 mana spell?
1 mana artifact.
Oh, artifact. You could either... It's one of the 0 mana ones, I think, and it's probably going to be...
Mox Opal.
Probably Opal.
Yeah. Because I kind of want to just do an extra turn thing here.
Yeah, agreed.
Because we could get Phyrexian Dreadnought, yes. But I kind of like the idea of just getting the draw off of the One Ring and Curie here. We've got 2 things rolling for us at this moment. So let's do that.
Good.
Oh,
Yay.
what do we get?
Theoretically, you can also do a Revoker setup. You have enough mana to do Revoker if you wanted to.
What do you mean, Phyrexian Revoker?
Fabricate, find... sorry, Dreadnought.
I was
Fabricate,
gonna
find
say.
Dreadnought, and then... Yeah.
Right here. So,
Yeah.
right. We could.
All right, well, Jesse has returned, it sounds like.
Okay.
Yes.
I was enjoying the start. The start I'm going to have in our actual game is not going to be as exciting, but
Oh,
all right.
agreed. My hand is not great, but it's potentially playable. All right. Any pre-games?
No, not for my.
And I already had a bit of my pre-game.
I've been drinking tequila for a bit, so I've caught up, I think.
Who's going first?
You are.
Oh,
Top left goes first.
cool. I will draw. Play a Wood of Foothills, crack it. I don't know where the hell the thing
Just
went.
you can put it to the side somewhere.
There it goes. And I will get a Taiga and play this Pretty Bird.
Nice.
It's not pretty. It's not my actual birds.
Yeah,
Makes me
it's
sad.
not the new fancy one.
N-
Am I go?
Nah. I passed.
Okay. Oh, thank the Lord. I am going to start off with Blooded Strand. I'm going to crack it for a Volcanic Island, and I'll have my graveyard here for the sake of my graveyard commander. And I actually do have to search up the land, because I'm going to be drawing.
All right.
Come on.
It's going to be the last card. It always is.
There we go. It's like the middle card. Near dead center. Okay.
Volcanic Island. You sure you want that?
Yes, I do. I am 100% sure that I want that. Then I'm going to play Jeweled Lotus, and I'll crack it, and I'll play a Gale. And then I am going to Serum Visions, draw a card, scry 2. Draw my 1, and then scry my 2. 1 to top, 1 to bottom. And pass turn.
Oof. Okay. I'll take turn. Draw a card. Hey, it's a card. I'll cast a Jeweled Lotus.
I see you're also a man of culture.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to do at least Curie turn 1, so as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, this seems palatable. I'll play Curie, I'll play an island, and I will pass, sadly, 6 cards in hand.
I will draw. Play a forest.
When I'm down.
I guess
by
I
1.
should do the right thing.
What's the right thing? Do the wrong thing, please.
Yeah, I'm doing the right thing, wrong thing. You point a Sanctum Weaver and passing.
Alrighty. I will untap. I wonder what I'm going to draw. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Shocker.
Indeed. I'm going to play
dare.
land for turn. I'm going to pay 2 for Guild Artisan.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to combat.
Whoa. Guild Artisan on the stack.
Sorry, yeah. Guild Artisan on the stack. Your call.
It's an enchantment that lets you create treasures.
Yeah.
Cards in hand will?
4. I was about to say 5, but 4.
Get your Guild Artisan. That's fine.
All right. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to swing at Patrick with Gale, Guild Artisan trigger. I get 2 treasures.
Does Gale have flying?
He does not. He's just a 1/3.
It doesn't matter though, right? Like you
just
want
the
you just want
matter. It's just declaration
right.
matters.
I will block for the sake of blocking here.
We bounce, and then I will pass turn there with my 2 mana.
2 mana open. Okay. I will take turn.
No, I will have my potato treasure.
Right. You get 2 treasures for that?
Yep. Guild Artisan pays for itself.
Attacks a player if no opponent has more life than you. Oh, okay. Cool. I will put an Ancient Tomb into play. I will probably swing at you because you're offering yourself to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely tapped out. I will take my one.
Hold up. Is it one or is it more than one, Will?
That is the question. What is it going to be, Patrick?
Sure. This feels so bad. Sure. We'll do the polymorph. I'm not going to say the first name. I'll lose 2 life. I'm floating a generic. This is going to make it a flying 4/4 for turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking my 4.
All right. I'll draw 4. This doesn't really add much to. So the mana dissolves that was floating in combat. I will play Mox Opal because I don't want to have to discard much further than this. And I think I get rid of Temporal Mastery, discarding down to hand size, and I will pass with that.
Alrighty.
Okay. I will untap. That is a very sad draw. I will play a Sylvan Library. Tap for 2. Play a Armored Scrap Gorger.
A fun tech card.
What?
Yeah.
It is going to be horrible for me because that is Grave Hate.
Grave Hate on a stick. Let's go. And then I'll pass turn.
All right.
Well, it is sick though, right? So you're good for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
I'm good for now, but then from here on out, I'm going to be miserable.
Well, maybe I need it. I mean, you could just pop off now. I don't really know with your deck. I feel like probably should have dealt with the Guild Artisan, but it's fine.
I'm going to move to combat. And Jesse, I'm swinging at you with a Gale Guild Artisan trigger.
How big is it?
1/3.
I will block with my Armored Scrap Gorger.
Yep, we bounce. Alrighty. Do I do the
where's
thing?
my artifact hate?
I don't have any.
I'm gonna play Mana Confluence, and I'm gonna pay 4 for Reality Scramble targeting Guild Artisan, and I lose a life.
That's bad.
Any responses?
I think you just have it.
Well, the thing is, I need to have enough stuff that I can cast to actually do what I need to do, and I don't have my Storm Count card that I wanted to use to reference it. So, 1,000-Year Storm Count 1 so far.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing. I'm going to pass priority on this.
All right.
I got nothing.
Spoilers, only 1,000-Year Storm, and is it okay if I shortcut this?
You can shortcut it. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, the one thing I scried to the bottom was a mountain. That's the only kind of relevant thing. If you want, I can keep the mountain on the bottom by the end of this, but it's not really going to be relevant because I'm going to be shuffling other things to the bottom. Where are you, 1,000-Year?
So just a heads up, I had a swan song for the Guild Artisan, but you see the issue with giving my opponent a blocker for Curie.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to do that, particularly because I know the Raggadragga list is probably going to have a bunch of bodies for the rest of the game, so it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
So I had an answer for you, Will, but it was like, it just didn't make sense to me.
Alrighty. Now, I'm going to pay... what's the best way to do this? So I can do... Nah. I'm gonna... I hate this because I'm probably just short.
Might as well go for it.
I'm gonna pay 1, and I'm gonna cast Ponder. Gale can't target anything in my graveyard, and I'm gonna have the 1 copy on the stack from Thousand Year Storm.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to look at the top 3 and then either reorder them or shuffle up. I have to go for that. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to keep it stacked like that, draw a card, and then the original is going to go. I'm going to look at the top 3.
Do you have to elect to use your Gale trigger at any point here? Sorry.
So I may choose a target, I believe. Let me just double check.
You may cast up to 1 target card, so you still need to elect targets.
Yeah, but it's a up to 1 target, so I can choose no targets if I want.
Right.
Also,
but do you need to do that before the original spell resolves? Is what I'm asking.
Correct. Yeah. The original or the targeted spell will be cast before the original. And I'm gonna get. I'm gonna reorganize it like this and get this card to hand, and then I am going to remove 2, and I'm gonna cast Snap, and I'm gonna target nothing in my graveyard because it doesn't matter, and I'm gonna have 2 Snap copies in the original Snap. Also, did I did that wrong, didn't? No, I did that right. So I'm gonna, for my 3 targets, I'm gonna target Curie, I'm gonna target Sanctum Weaver, and I'm gonna target Scrap Gorger. And with this, I'm gonna go red, blue, and then untapped. So I have 2 red, 2 blue, and 2 untapped. And my lands are untapped in the end.
That's exiled, right?
Snap was cast from hand.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was
it
not.
only exiles from grave.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was in his grave from a previous turn or not.
Well, I'm gonna do the thing now. I'm gonna cast Emergent Scroll, 3 copies of Emergent Scroll in the stack, and the original.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting here now. So, spoilers, I'm gonna find probably any interaction, which it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna find some form of Twiddle, and then Narcissus Reversal.
Did you have a counterspell in hand?
I did.
What was the counterspell?
Fierce Guardianship.
Okay.
Let me find. So I can find, for instance, I'm gonna find Dream's Grip. I don't want to find Unsubstantiate, actually. Dream's Grip. Narcissus Reversal. Not Narcissus Reversal. I'll actually do Unsubstantiate. It's actually no Remand. What am I talking about? I'm doing Remand because it wins me the game by itself. Where's Remand? Hold on. Need to find my Remand now. Well, I get there. Remand is going to let me bounce my Dream's Grip and return and draw a bunch of cards. What I'm going to end up doing is that, and then we'll just say Swan Song, Pact of Negation. So, with my 1 red, 1 blue floating, and my 2 untapped lands, what I'm going to do, I can actually show this deck win for the first time ever. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping cards everywhere.
You're so good. You're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so all these to hand. So with my 1 blue floating, I'm going to keep the 1 red floating. I'm going to Dream's Grip, targeting, getting 4 copies on the stack, and all of the copies are targeting Volcanic Island. I'm going to tap it for a bunch of blue in between all of them, and with just the Dream's Grip on the stack, so I have 4 blue and a red floating, I'm going to cast Remand, and it's going to be 5 copies on the stack with the original. So what's going to happen is one of the copies is going to counterbounce the original. I'm going to draw a card. One of the copies is going to hit another one of the copies. I'm going to draw a card. And the final copy is going to hit Dream's Grip, and then I'm going to return to my hand and draw a card. I'm going to recast Dream's Grip and Remand. And I'm going to do that again and again and again. And I'm going to start drawing through my deck while generating cumulatively more mana. And inevitably, I'm going to do this loop with Narset's Reversal instead of Remand to get Infinite Storm, and I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt for 2 million copies. We good?
Seems okay. Yep. I don't have a Mind Break trap, so...
Yeah.
That's
and even if you did, I have so many answers.
For Mind Break trap?
Yeah. I got all the answers.
Yeah, I would need like
Oh my gosh, this is the first time this deck's actually done something.
Not a bad start. I gotta say, my start was definitely a little bit slower for what this list is trying to do, but it pulled the right solutions. Having generic mana, like, moving forward from here was really tough, because the only thing I had in my hand was that Crystal Vein. And my next card would have been Otawara, so not so bad. Probably would have just put the Master of Ethereum down, but in a 4-person setting, I think you would hope to have a target, especially for a turn 1 Curie. You would hope to have someone to draw off of without the fear of having to swan song someone to give them a swan. It was such an awkward issue to have to deal with, but it's fine. Knowing that you had the fierce, it didn't matter, so I don't really mind that I withheld the swan song.
Yeah, I was debating on playing Manglehorn and then slowing down the treasure making and the artifact shenanigans, but I decided I could wait a turn, got my commander, then play Manglehorn and just kind of screw out one over.
Yeah, Manglehorn does slow me a bit, but it doesn't hard stop me. It would have made me hold off on a turn and had to hold up some interaction.
100%. If your treasure's coming to play tapped.
I figured I would get the extra turn to do it, that's all.
Do we want to run it back?
One quick game. Sure. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying that. I want to get another game in with Curie with like a better start and hopefully not third. So let's go randomize again. Okay, this is better. We randomized. I'm sorry.
Randomize
Jesse. We randomized twice here. That's just how we do it.
I do actually get it. I know. I'm being a dick on purpose.
No, you're good, man. This would be second 7.
Or 7's bad.
I think we keep the second 7.
Second 7.
What am I talking? No, wait, no, I'm an idiot. This is a really good hand. Let me gain my life. I'm sorry. Also, I should put my commander here so you guys can track that. Curie Emergent Intelligence. All right, Will, you broke the streak officially, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I had a gut feeling that start of mine was not the best, but
I will also say that the streak got broken when you're playing a deck that actually cares about it being a 3-mander game.
I will say, like, of all the lists we've built, that this is one that does largely care about having as many possible targets, and acknowledging that my opponents can very well have, like, especially because, we have Gruul list, and then we have Gale, who is kind of something you want to cheat out immediately. We should suspect to have blockers, which is kind of a little frustrating for Curie, because I don't want to have to... being third there actually helped because I was expecting Gale to attack, but it didn't feel good. Let me tell you that. If I had a separate counter for the Guild Artisan, I would have used it. But at least that way we lose a Fierce Guardianship out of Will's hand, and that doesn't feel so bad. I'm good to keep this, though. Feel free to let me know, guys, when you're ready to go, and then we can start
to go. I like my second.
Okay, I'm going to go down to 5 because that one has no land.
Oh, no. Oh, dang, I forgot to say the Mimi win catchphrase for Gale after winning that game. Because I got all my sleeves with my Joka win phrase for each of them now, because I have a... You lost the Tide Pod challenge for the Tide Pod deck. Don't tread on me for Sasaya. Or don't strip mine me, but don't tread on me. And then I have the Communism Works for Zada. And I am the Storm for Gale.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
My sad 5.
Any pre-games?
Not for me. Oh, hey!
I have one.
Sad 3? Okay.
I mean, kind of, but
you're getting rid of a forest. You can't wait. So you're telling me that you have 3 lands in that hand, minimally? All right.
Maybe.
Okay.
Which is funny because I run 27 lands.
I'm going to start. I'm sorry, Will. Do you have pregame?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm going to start with a Mana Crypt. Put it in here. Play an island. I will play a Rhystic Study.
Oh.
No, my mortal enemy.
You know, I didn't even draw a card. That's how confident I am in this hand. The card I drew kind of sucked. Okay. We'll do that. And I'll play a Mock Samber. Why not? Get that out of my hands. I think that's pretty much all I can do, though, so I will pass.
Well, time to feed the study.
Feed me. Feed
Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour. Exactly.
Feed me. Does it have to be human?
Yeah. Jacob, I always forget to draw a card when I'm first. Yeah, it feels wrong, doesn't it, Commander?
Yeah.
But I'll pass with that, Jesse.
Okay, I will draw. Rip. I will not pay the 1 and play a Priest of Titania and pass.
All right. I will draw. That is a Magic the Gathering card. And
sorry, not pay the 1. Okay.
Yeah. And I sadly also have to feed the fish stick study. And I'm gonna pay 1. I'm gonna play Mana Vault.
Mana Vault, you say, Will.
Yes, and I will pass there.
How much? Well, I'm gonna draw a card. Hold up.
Yeah, you get your draw.
Would you like to see a mental misstep?
You can if you want. It's not really gonna slow me down.
I don't have a mental misstep. It's okay. You get your Mana Vault.
All right.
Let's see if before I do the next turn thing on tapped out, I'm gonna roll a d4, I guess. Odds I take damage. Let me know if you could see the dice on screen. Yeah, you can. Odds I take damage. So that is for my Mana Crypts. And sorry, did I do 3? Okay. Oop. Take turn. I literally top decked Temporal Mastery. So
Neat.
I mean, I guess I cast it for its miracle, right?
I mean, why not?
At this point, yeah.
It's another draw.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like the rest of my turn is kind of dead, but it's cool. It's cool. So this is during the draw phase, which is awkward because this generic I'm not going to be able to use.
Yeah.
But I'll float a generic and cast Temporal Mastery, take an extra turn.
Yeah.
That's cool. When you cast it, I've never cast this for its miracle cost. It's like regular. It goes to the grave, right? Okay, cool. Cool. So that's neat. Do I want to do anything with a generic during this phase?
No, I assume.
No, there's nothing I can do with it. So yeah, it's gonna slide. We're gonna go ahead and play a land per turn. This one hurts. We'll put an Ancient Tomb into play, and I guess I just take another turn. Odds I take damage. It's always going to be a d4, by the way. I should clarify. But even Steven, we'll take a turn. No more shenanigans for you all. Let's do a... I do think it exiles itself, Temporal Mastery. Let me check. We may cast this spell for its... If you do... You may cast this card for its miracle cost. Oh, no. The card itself does exile itself. Thank you. Yeah. So miracles don't necessarily exile themselves, but this does. 2, 3... Sorry, just doing some mental math here. We'll go to cast Curie, I think. So let's do it this way. This way, we'll not take any additional damage. I have a generic floating. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play a Gemstone Caverns. I just keep getting generically centered things. I have a generic floating still. I think we go for a Trinket Mage.
Yep.
So 1 or less. Right, so we could grab... Will have a blocker in a second, but I wonder. I really wonder with Will. Sorry, Jesse, if I'm taking too long.
No worries.
This
I'm good.
completely new list to me, so I'm trying to piece together what is the best option. I honestly feel like just getting fast mana is best, and having like a Mox Opal would be really nice, but
Miami Punk, do it.
I don't know, like Phyrexian Dreadnought's what everyone wants to see, right? So I feel like I should just get the Phyrexian Dreadnought.
I'll say it's probably not the best play to go for Dreadnought because removal is very prominent.
Oh, with the list right now? No, it's fine.
Because red having a braid and stuff like that, Gruul having all the green and all the red.
Well, I certainly wouldn't play Phyrexian Dreadnought right now.
Yeah.
I do need something to make my Curie bigger, though. So, you know what? No, let's live the dream. I'll grab a Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Live in La Vida Loca?
Yeah, why not? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Fine.
I will...
had a 5-hand.
If it ain't Dreadnought, we ain't interested, says Jacob. Okay, I agree. I will pass with that.
Okay, my go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, that does absolutely nothing here. I will play a Devoted Druid. And then I will pass.
Alrighty.
Not paying the one with the priest, I assume?
No, I'm going to pay the one.
You are going to pay the one. Okay.
Alright, on tap, upkeep trigger, I'm not going to pay the 4 for Mana Vault. Draw step trigger, I'm not going to take the 1 because it's untapped. Let's go.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sneezing.
We see your finger. We see the finger.
That was me saying I'm sneezing.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, I have to say, I did very much like that top deck that I just got.
Is it a miracle?
It's not a miracle, but it's pretty dang close.
Alright, go for it. Let's see it.
I'm going to start with Polluted Delta, crack it, take my 1, I'm going to get Volcanic Island. I don't know if I am going to draw stuff this turn, but I'm going to find the thing first anyway.
Was your top deck a Polluted Delta?
No, that's not the thing.
Okay.
It's every red player's favorite top deck. There we go. Volcanic Island. Okay. I will tap for a red and float 2.
The One Ring?
Dockside Extortionist, X equals 4.
X equals 4 on Dockside Extortionist?
One of the floating
the
for
Dockside.
Do I actually pay the 1? Yeah, I'll pay the 1 for the Ristic.
You're going to pay 1 for Ristic. Okay.
So I'm floating a generic now.
Yeah. I see that, Will. Give me 1 second to see if I want to allow you to have a Dockside. I really just don't want you to have a blocker. That's it. That's the issue with Curie. Like, Jacob, I appreciate your enthusiasm for the Dreadnought, but I anticipated some stupid form of blocker. So you have 2 generic floating.
Yes. Sorry, 1 generic floating. One of it was paid for Ristic.
Got you. So I will not draw, and I will cast a Force of Will. We are going to pay 1 life, and I will exile from my hand. I got a gut feeling I'm going to have to do more after this, so we'll just get rid of... We will get rid of War of Invention. This will be exiled. Countering Dockside.
Yep, that's gonna happen. Dockside's gonna get countered.
No Dockside.
Exactly. I mean...
I'm never going to feed it with this set, so...
Right.
I will pass turn there, sadly.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you get 4 just off me.
Yeah.
I will roll for a Mana Crypt. Again, it's going to be that D4, and we're good. It's D4. Odds is always damage for me. And we'll do this. Odds is ouch. Odds is ouchies. Let's go. Let's live the dream, folks. If we can, I will go for... How do we want to pay for this? I mean, I guess it just makes sense to do it this way. We'll pay to play a Phyrexian Dreadnought. Okay. If this resolves
by me.
Okay, so ETB on the stack. I am going to have to sacrifice this unless I sacrifice things with a 12 or more power. But holding priority, yes, I'm going to use the generic floating from Mana Crypt, and I'll go ahead and use the Mox Amber here. I will use Curie's ability to exile another non-token artifact creature. Curie is going to become a copy of Phyrexian Dreadnought, which is to say a 12/12 Trampler. I totally forgot about Trample.
Oh, I forgot it has Trample too.
Yeah, let's just highlight that. It has Trample. Okay. And it's not entering the battlefield, so it's already there. So, yeah, except it has, when it deals combat damage, it draws cards based off of its power. In Gale, refresh my memory, cares that your opponents have more life than you?
Gale just says that if you attack an opponent,
Guild Artisan rather.
Guild Artisan says if you attack an opponent and that opponent has the most life out of your opponents.
Okay. So is that all kosher with everyone?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Sad.
All right, what you gonna do now, Patrick?
Or Jacob, the best part's coming. You need to wait. I'm kind of excited for this. What am I gonna do, Will? Such a good question. I'm going to attack. So we're gonna
move to combat.
Yeah, I'll move
to twiddle and tap your Curie.
Sure, you're gonna get misdirection.
Dang. What are you gonna? You can twiddle a permanent, by the way. So what are you tapping?
Right. I need to choose a card to exile. Sorry. We're gonna exile apart the Water Veil. So twiddle, I get to tap a permanent.
Yeah, tap any permanent.
Sure. I mean I would rather you honestly block with your Devoted Druid, which I don't think you would do, but I'll let you tap down. Let's tap down my Rhystic Study.
Yeah, let's go. You can also tap a tap permanent if you really want, but
no. This is the power play. We're gonna tap down the Rhystic Study. All right. Twiddle aside. Anything else?
That is it for me.
Okay. I'm gonna declare.
You draw a card off of a Rhystic Study.
Oh, I do. Thank you. Curie is going to attack you, Jesse, and Trinket Mage is going to attack you, Will.
I will take my 2.
I will take my 12.
Okay. I'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
Do you play land for turn, Patrick?
I did not play a land for turn, by the way.
I'm asking if you do have land for turn now.
Oh, I totally do. I really, really do. I really and honestly do, Will. Give me 1 second, though. I'm looking at so many cards. This is fun. I like what this deck is doing. I think that I want to put into play...
And my favorite permanent on your board, Patrick? Misdirection.
Oh, yeah. That's a fixture. We're going to get rid of the misdirection. Thank you.
It doesn't really look like it's a creature, like it's some kind of human wizard.
I think we go for this. Let's do this. I'll play a... Sorry, trying to think of the best possible answer here. Actually, because the way Tapped Out works, like if I highlight the card, you guys get to see the card. I'm trying not to share that information, and I'm sort of guessing at what some of these cards do. So I'm just going to look at it over here instead.
If you want, you can black out your webcam for a second just to hover over everything for yourself.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. No, it's okay.
Okay.
Hey, Victoria in the chat.
If you just tuned in, Victoria, Patrick drew 12 cards off of his commander after doing 12 trample commander damage.
Right, so the question is, how do I continue this fun train we've got going on? I'm not going to lie, I wanted to keep Part the Water Veil in my hand because I was trying to take an additional turn after this, but I don't really have many solutions that also offer that same solution. So give me 1 second. I think if we do this...
Yeah, you drawing 12 cards makes me wish I was playing my Yarglar Multani deck.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, the draw is real with Yargle and Multani. The draw is very real with Yargle and Multani.
Did you know they got a really good support card?
Are you talking about
No.
or...
Which support card is that?
Well, Skullspore Nexus is not a once per turn effect. So when Yargle Multani dies, you repeatedly make an 18/18 token.
Oh. Yeah.
Fodder and punch fodder.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Oh, and it only costs 2 mana, you know.
Yeah. That's good.
I think I have something here. Okay, so now with that out of the way, I'll do Manamo School at Water's Edge.
Yep.
I will tap a Gemstone Cavern to play a Mana Vault from my hand.
That's gonna get you enough mana, yeah.
Then I need to do... I will cast Transmute Artifact, and then I will sacrifice an artifact. The artifact we're sacrificing is, I guess, the Mana Crypt?
You better just sack Mana Vault, because it's only once per turn. You just tap it to float the mana.
Yeah, let's just do the 3 here. Let's do this, and then we'll use... because the way this works out, you need to pay X. You may pay X, right? Okay, so...
You pay equal to the difference if the card costs more.
Right, so what we're going to do is grab Isochron Scepter, and we'll pay 1 generic for the difference.
Yep.
And put that onto the battlefield. When it ETBs, it's going to see Dramatic Reversal.
Alright.
Dramatic Reversal. Sorry, I'm sorry that took so long. I'm like, I knew there was something in my hand, and it's just like I needed to look at the hand.
With that 2 floating, I feel like you're going to be activating a very
I'm going
right
to activate the Isochron Scepter to untap all my non-land permanents.
Okay,
including that Ristic Study. Let's go!
Right.
Do you have anything, Jesse? Do you have a Force of Vigor or something?
I wish I did. My hand is so dead.
Oof.
Yeah, Victoria, right. I did I'm sorry, yes, to answer your question, with the Phyrexian Dreadnought, there is one in exile for me, but that is what... I totally forgot about the trample. That makes this so much better. This makes this so much better. But yeah.
Right. I forgot it had trample too.
I totally... was because... You know why you forgot?
Last time that you saw Phyrexian Dreadnought attack?
Because... You know why you don't know it has trample? Because Savala doesn't care about trample, but Curie actually cares about trample. I want to say that Phyrexian Dreadnought is maybe a better card in Curie than it is Savala. It's kind of absurd here. I mean, they're both equally good. Don't get me wrong. Like they're great storm engines. So we're gonna make infinite mana, colored and generic here. So this is going to pay for the Isochron Scepter. This is going to make blue. We're going to make infinite blue mana. I'm just going to cast Karn the Great Creator. I will
that Phyrexian Dreadnought from exile so that you have that for later.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could. So we'll go ahead and use his ability to take the Phyrexian Dreadnought back to hand. I mean, I might as well.
Yeah, you'll keep it on board for now, though. Just remember that you have to discard down to 6.
Right. Well, I'm going to keep casting things. We're going to cast a Tribute Mage and reveal a 2 CMC spell, which would have been the Isochron Scepter, but I think the Transmute Artifact was better. So far as 2 CMC ones are concerned, I will grab, I think, my Swiftfoot Boots. I'll put Swiftfoot Boots on the battlefield. I'll attach the Swiftfoot Boots to Curie. We say that Karn does grab this, so Karn will be at 3 counters. Phyrexian Dreadnought to hand.
You're not gonna Trophy Mage or Tribute Mage for Thought Vessel, so you have no max hand size?
I mean, I guess
saving that for later.
No, you're totally right. I could. But I mean, this is honestly, I forgot that the Thought Vessel was in the deck. That's more of a precautionary measure, but I think because we got away with this, we're probably good with that. So, Will, you're absolutely right. We'll go for the Thought Vessel. Thought Vessel, and we will cast a Temporal Trespass.
Yep.
So we'll exile this and take an extra turn.
That seems like it's game.
Yep.
Right. So
I'm dead on board.
If you have any tutor, Patrick, I'm pretty sure.
I just top decked another extra turn spell.
Okay, yeah.
so I mean, yeah. I would draw 12 cards, and then I would go again, and then I would draw 12 cards off of you, Will, and I would go again. So the question. Oh yeah, thank you, Victoria. Question answered.
Here's
yes.
My sad hand. The one card I'm never supposed to draw.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh no. Wait.
I drew it last turn.
So you didn't even know your sad hand of 5 was that sad.
No.
It was like an extra sad hand of 5.
If you have Glacial Worm in your starter, it's fine because you just mull it to the bottom.
Right. Then that's not bad.
I mulled a mountain and a Cryptolith, right? I was like, this is fine. I have 2 mana dorks to play them, and then I drew Pia Glacial Worm, the one card I'm not supposed to ever draw.
Yeah, it's your helm. It's your helm of the host.
Okay, so we do need to go down to hand size that previous turn. No. You're so right. Never mind. It doesn't even matter. I was thinking of Swiftfoot Boot turn. I mean, what do you guys think about Curie? That was like a pretty magical top 12. I'm not gonna lie, because I got both 2 tutors to find Isochron Scepter. The mana vault was in my hand prior, but I had 2 and no lands at that point. So I drew a bunch of lands. I just put Manamo because I wanted like the color as well as the additional value. But yeah, I mean, I think that goes to show. Go for the Phyrexian Dreadnought. Live your dreams, folks. Curie is really cool. Last game, I think we all didn't really get to do anything because Will sort of just exploded. But this was turn 4? No, what turn? No, I'm sorry. I took a miracle turn. This was turn 3. Start of turn 3. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a slow deck, supposedly. But yeah, turn 3 win.
I'm wondering if we can sort of tune this so that it does it quicker, but like, I feel like we've got all the cards in here so that it can move that efficiently. I think the extra turns is kind of cool with this list because it's not difficult to hit the 5 to I guess 7 mana in this instance. It's a fun deck. I really like what this deck is doing.
It's definitely going to be a strong mid-range kind of turbo deck.
Yeah, turn 1 Rhystic Study on the play is kind of stupid. With Force of Will backup, like I don't suspect to have that every game, but it was really good. I had the Misdirection and the Force of Will, that starting hand. I think Wizards is rigging spell table for Patrick, making all these first game boards, brand new commanders, just bonkers. No, Victoria, I will say that Will did break my streak a second ago. Will did actually break the streak. This is our second game.
Patrick is now 3.5 and 0.5. He's not 4-0. I stole it.
Man, I would say we can run in. My wife does want to hang out is the only issue. Otherwise, I would say that we can run another game. I'm going to throw her under the bus, but if you guys don't mind ending on that note.
I mean, hey, Curie got a win. I'm happy with that.
I mean, well, yeah, it's a collective baby.
I wish the Raggadragga deck was able to do something, but it's better in 4-person. The deck is significantly better when you have to control out the game.
Yeah, 3-person is always a little awkward because we're missing that one cog that might potentially also be lending to slowing down the board or having the right interaction or right removal. I don't... Again, like when we do 3-person games here for playtesting, this isn't always indicative of how a deck's going to perform because someone could have very easily had a solution for my turn 1 Rhystic Study, right? Yeah. Which I don't think like was the end all be. I had a really stupid starting hand outside of Rhystic Study. Even just like Mana Crypt land is a good start, but Mana Crypt land Rhystic Study is a very good start. Tell your wife there are 6 other days in the week. Oh, Victoria.
I don't think that's how it works.
No, she would probably not agree with that. Also, I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow morning for sorcery and going to an event, so she'll probably not see me then either. But that was very fun. Jesse, thank you for hanging out. I'd love it if you came back out on another Friday if you're free and you wanted a game. Please do, because I'd like to see more of Raggadragga myself.
Yeah, it's a fun deck. I'm not actually playing it that much in person. I've been taking a break. I've been trying Bohod, which is really fun. Having Craterhoof in the command zone is kind of stupid. And Yargle and Multani, because I saw Skullspore Nexus, and I was like, why is this a card?
Yeah, Skullspore Nexus is so good.
Yargle Multani seems super unassuming, but it turns out to be really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tactically drawing 18 cards multiple times a turn. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, I would be so happy to see a Yargle Multani in the future. But we're always playtesting new lists here on the channel. If you guys want to suggest, so you two, obviously, but you in the audience, if you're watching, if there's another Fallout Legendary you guys would like to see built, we're obviously here for that. What were the other standouts for us? Jesse, I passed that question off to you as well, but what would you guys want to see from Fallout that you think would be decent in a cEDH setting?
I think like either of the
Master.
Yeah, either of the what's that color pairing called? Green black or green black blue.
Absan?
No, it's not Absan. Dimir.
Sultai. Sultai.
Thank you. Yeah. Either of the 2 Sultai commanders would be really good. We also have like a couple other random things that were actually pretty nice.
You mean Mothman? Is that?
Yeah, Mothman's one, but the Master was really good. Also, Ganon. Ganon seems just gross.
I really like Ganon. It's funny, we only did Curie because Curie bumped up during our, if you weren't watching the Legendary tier list, Curie bumped up like 2 ranks the further and further we talked about the set. We just kept going back to how good Curie is potentially. And I don't...
S tier now that we remember that Phyrexian Dreadnought has Trample.
If you get to make a 12/12 trampler that draws off of damage, then yeah, I think you're pretty good. But I mean, I honestly forgot that was even on the card. It's so weird. But I think the Master's good. I think Ganon's probably the cool or most interesting to me. It's just like a sort of cast value engine / looter.
Yeah, it's Kess value, but it's also like I recur my stacks piece every single turn. You know that Drannith Magistrate, it is never going to die.
Well, the sale is ours. It will help. It'll be late to help. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we talk about impactful 99 cards from Fallout? I don't know if it's worth buying. I think it's generally better to buy singles if you're trying to buy particular things from a set. But if you're interested in like cracking packs, then if there's an ongoing sale for Fallout, I feel like Fallout's one of those sets that will probably just go up in value because of the property it's based on.
Fallout is commander decks. So
exclusively, but there are
commander.
There's collector's packs, I think, but it's a commander decks primarily. So you don't need to buy singles. This is the one time when I'm like, oh yeah, you don't need to buy singles, because I think the best bang for your buck deck is the artifact deck, which is the
Madison
Naya.
Lee?
Not Naya. It's Jeskai. Yeah, it's the Jeskai one because
it is Dr. Lee though. Yeah.
You get Nuka-Cola, you get Curie, and you get the Cap Explosion thing for Magda, in addition to a bunch of other really good random cards.
So if you would make a suggestion to Victoria, you'd say buy that.
Buy either the artifact
the
one
Jeskai
or the
one.
Sultai one. Yeah, okay. Jeskai or Sultai, one or the other.
Or buy both. I know that there are sales, and use the link in the description.
We have someone who just hopped in, but it looks like we're finishing. Oh no,
I mean, if they jump back in, I could be convinced. I was going to open up another.
No, Pat, be a good husband, Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to open up these last collector boosters. If you want to hang, Jesse, while we do this, you may. But Will has a collector booster in my hand that I'm going to crack as we close this one out.
Yeah, let's see what I get. Now I have a 10-second delay seeing the cards.
Thanks again, though, for joining us, Jesse. That was super fun. I know Will, he talks about this Raggadragga quite a bit and likes the list, and I've actually myself been very interested in it.
Funny. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest, but it's so uniquely funny because, like, me and will look at other lists like, why aren't they playing this one card that literally breaks their whole deck?
Yeah, Pan-Glacial Worm, so many cEDH Raggadraggas don't run it, but they really should.
What's great about it is under Aven Mind Sensor, which like everyone complains about, is like, who cares? Pan-Glacial Worm.
It's so funny because the ruling with Pan-Glacial Worm and Aven Mind Sensor is, since you are not able to search your library, you can't find Pan-Glacial Worm. However, because Pan-Glacial Worm is still allowing you to search your library, you are able to cast Pan-Glacial Worm, but you can't find it, so you need a third-party person to find Pan-Glacial Worm so that you can cast it. It's so dumb.
Yeah, and also, just considering the chat, Victoria, what you're saying, it is short print run too, so it wouldn't hurt to buy the sealed product, especially if it's on sale where you're looking. But Will, you got some pretty cool cards in this pack. I'm going to save the other 3 for you for our next stream, which should be very soon. But I'll show you the ones you got. Like, you got you got a foil Conspiracy Unraveler and a Yaris Roar of the Old God in like the case file printing.
Yeah, Conspiracy Unraveler's kind of cool. And I also got a Barbie doll, I saw.
Yeah. You did indeed. Let's see here. And what did I get in my last pack? Hopefully something good. I'm excited to open Fallout, honestly. If and when that comes. Here. Alright, I got another one of these clues. Well, Leyline of the Guild pack? Foil full art?
That's worth money.
Is it actually?
Yeah, Leyline is breaking modern right now because people are playing it in pretty much every single like top tier deck right now.
Well,
it's like, oh, you don't have to worry about your colors.
I guess I should get the trade value. I mean, because I don't think I'm going to use this in Commander.
Yeah, agreed. What Wooburg deck do you want to play it in?
And I got Alquist Proft.
Oh, nice.
Like the little case file, Alquist Proft. Detective of the Month. That's good. Blood Spatter Analysis. Hell yeah. Oh, this is my favorite art from the set. Undergrowth Recon. Is it Mythic Rare? What? Okay. And it pitches to Force. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the guild pack does pitch to Force. Insidious Roots. Murder. Islands. Honestly, I might want to get a set of those islands. Scene of the Crime. Clandestine Meddler. We have yet to pull Crime Novelist. I want to see which one of us actually pulls, if we pull one.
Oh, I pulled a Crime Novelist on Wednesday at me and Will's LGS.
Such a good card. Are you using it anything right now, or you just have a copy to hold on to?
It's probably going to end up in my Corval deck.
Yeah.
It's good. Not to put it in there.
No, that seems like the right list, if any. Wow, that's not a bad pack.
Yeah, I'll trade you some of my stuff for that Scene of the Crime, Patrick, because I need one for.
Do you need Scene of the Crime?
Yeah, it's for Saya and one for Magda.
Ooh, it's foily too. Yeah, I only got the one, but yeah, well, you can definitely you can get this one for sure.
I only need one. I never need one.
Want to send the Insidious Roots? Do I want to send in Insidious Roots? Victoria, I think you mentioned that if you are in Texas and you happen to be near the area where March of the Mortals is happening, an event that I will be co-hosting, I will bring the Insidious Roots and you can very much have this copy. It's foily too. But yeah, if you join, it's at, I think it's Reaper Game Store in Texas, Plano, Texas. I'm just going there, and I'm geographically challenged. I'll remember when the time comes. But guys, to close this one out, thank you so much for staying for the Curie deck tag. I think I can officially say it did what we wanted it to do. I am so glad I went for Phyrexian Dreadnought. I just needed to live that dream once, and I'm glad we did.
I mean, it's kind of like what I call the, where you just draw a whole bunch of cards. Just like, this is so dumb. Why is this a thing?
Right. No, honestly, like
that's why Hulk Clade is also fun. Hey, I just drew 15 cards.
That's the One Ring setup for you.
Virginia, were you coming to Virginia? Oh, Victoria, I just came back from Virginia. I'm sorry. Oh no, Oxent Shaman. Oh, I see. Did you see this in the chat there, Will?
I did not. What is it?
No, we were just wrapping up. Sorry. Next Friday. So this goes out to everyone, guys. If you want to participate in just spell table commander games and also get to work on a new deck with us here on the channel, you're more than welcome to on Fridays. There's always a link to the Discord in these live streams. You're more than welcome to join the Discord. Voice will happen on there. Games will happen on spell table. Guys, I'm Patrick Marlette, your local game guy. Will was on screen, but not anymore. You can hear him. And Jesse, again, thank you for participating in the stream today. Any final thoughts, Will or Jesse?
If you want to pick up Phyrexian Dreadnought or Curie or any of the Fallout stuff, use our TCG Player affiliate link. Support the channel, get the things that you want, play some good cEDH.
Or play some bad cEDH and me.
Yeah, Raggadragga, let's go.
No. I had a ridiculous start. I'm like my first 7 I had there was like Second 7, I'm like, oh, Mana Crypt, Island. Last of the 7 was Rhystic Study. I'm like, this is probably keepable. And I looked at the rest of it. I'm like, no, this is extremely keepable. That's a Force of Will and a Misdirect in my hand. This is very keepable. No, that was good though.
Is my second 7 was totally keepable if I drew a Forest. Or any re-mana, because I had a turn 1 Birds, a turn 2 Priest, and a turn 3 Hero Blade Elite.
You never want to take that bet though, so I don't blame you for.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not in a 27 land deck. I'm not taking that.
No. We're on 28 with Curie. I'm surprised. I almost feel like we could go less with Curie because how the curve of the deck, outside of the ridiculous cost of extra turn spells, we might be able to go 27 in Curie. You have far more ramp than I do though, so I feel like you could definitely get away with it. At any rate,
yeah, the consensus with Raggadragga is we can run less because we always have a turn 1 dork.
Yeah. The rule is one turn